We are back right here on another episode of Cloth Talk Podcast. I'm excited for this one. There's a term called sleeping giant out there. We're gonna dive deep into what that means to this individual who's on the pod today. And I was kicking myself in the ass when I see this brother at the Hip Hop Legends of Columbus show. And I chopped it up with him for a brief moment. I was like, of course, I should have been had this man on the pod. But before I introduce him on, of course, I'm going to shout out some people that we're going to dive right into it. Of course, back home, if you are in need of a personal chef, you need an event caterer, or if you just passing through one of those tri-state areas, Philly, Jersey, or Delaware, make sure you hit up my man Joe with Joe Chef Life Catering. He'll get you right, custom meal prep plans, all that good stuff. Everything fresh and ready made to order right there on the spot. So make sure you hit up my man Joe's with Joe Chef Like Catering LLC out there in Philly. Right here locally in Columbus, if you're trying to get right health wise, there's a place called the Nutrition Lounge. It's right off of Broad and Yearling if you're familiar with the Columbus area. Stop by there, you get your workout on, get some shakes, some health teas, all that good stuff. Get the nutrients in your body, because health is wealth, as they say. Last but not leastly, out in Dayton, Ohio, shout out to my man Deontay Tatum with the FlyerAgency.com. If you need any graphic work done, let's album artwork, logo design, you got a website, you need some anything visually to represent your brand and or business, hit up Deontay Tatum with the FlyerAgency.com based in Dayton, Ohio. Alright, I gotta get a proper introduction for this man. Cause he told me, like, listen man, 20 years deep in this thing, alright? Well, the man dedicates that much time, that many years to a craft, to keeping the sword sharp, diving into different avenues with it. You gotta put respect on that type of name. Man, elevated music's finest. I mean, what else am I missing? We got
the Third Power.
It's so many conglomerates.
North City Music Group now.
Music Group, man. I mean, touched damn near every stage in the city of Columbus. You probably seen this man running around with a guy named Co City, his brother, of course.
Big bro.
Right. I mean, almost like the bullies of Columbus, man. They just throw their weight around like, get the fuck out the way. We here. We're here. Respectfully, though. Like, shout out to y'all what y'all doing.
Definitely,
you know, we the bullies. But shout out to y'all. It is none other than PA Flex is on the show.
What's going down with you, man?
Man has arrived. Long time coming. Like I said, I'm excited for this one. And we was, you know, when you came out, I was listening to the Sleeping Giant album, which you're going to dive into. We're going to break that album down. But I was thinking, I was like, where do we start this conversation at? Because it's a lot to unpack with
It is.
Obviously, we can't cover 20 years of your career in this, in this time frame that we got. But let's start. Okay, first time on the show, first time on the pod. Let's start from the beginning.
Okay.
Born and raised in Columbus.
Yes, sir.
Yes. All right.
Yes,
and of course, Northside. Northside, Columbus.
Northside forever. Yeah.
You and Co City rep Northside hard as fuck.
Yeah.
Proudly.
Yeah.
Talk to me about coming up in the North Side,
man,
of Columbus. For those who probably don't know.
North. It's funny because the North, and I think a lot of people in Columbus will say this about their side of town, but specifically the North Side, there's so many. It's big.
Yeah.
You know. So, shout out to Lane Love, one of my big bros. He always called where we from Uptown.
Okay.
Because it's the northest that you can get in Columbus. You know, because even down South Linden, North Linden,
that's all considered.
Brentnell, Brittany Hills, all that stuff is still North Side. But we way up 161, like we right by the last two high schools, Breach Crawford, Northland. That's like the northest as you can get before you get into the suburbs. You know what I'm saying? So coming up there in the 80s and 90s, like it was a lot of white people.
Really?
This is, you go up there now, it's not that. But it was a lot of white people, sprinkles of black, sprinkles of Asian, sprinkles of Indian, sprinkles of like direct from Africa people.
Oh, shit.
But that was probably through the 80s. And then right when we got into middle school, when I met most of my dudes that do music, that's when you started to get the trickling of way more minorities and stuff coming in, and it changed a lot, but it was dope. You know what I'm saying? But being up there and not really going to school up there, because even though we was up there, our mom sent us to school like in different parts of the city until we got to high school. Then we went to Northland. But I appreciated that. I didn't understand it when I was young. I was just like, I'm going to school wherever where mom sent us to school. But we got to meet a lot of different kids from the east side, from the south side, from the west side, because we was going to lottery schools, in the middle of the city, downtown. You know what I'm saying? Mount Vernon, where it's called Brownsville now. But being up north, dude, once we got to high school, it was like we was so north, and I think we just had a pride in it. I know some cats, they used to look at us crazy because they used to like, y'all live up there with the white people. Right. You know what I'm saying? And it was like, there was a certain portion of the time we did, but there was something about it. I can't even, it's hard to explain, but most north side people that you meet in this city, it's levels to how passionate they are, but usually they be about the north side. They about that stuff.
When I first arrived here in the city of Columbus, coming from Philly, my ex-wife, she told me that north side is considered the bougie.
That's what,
Like they think they better than everybody else. They up and they bougie. They got a little class about them. I was like, really?
Maybe so.
She breaking it down to my, okay.
Maybe so.
So when people like meet you, or that rubs off, and they're like, fuck that.
Yeah.
Think this guy think he is.
Nah. I mean, I think it's funny because when we was coming up, I didn't really get that until probably high school. Because that's when I started to really understand social dynamics, different parts of the city. When we was in middle school, we went to Monroe Traditional Middle School, which is closed now. Lottery school, downtown, but kids from all over the city lotteried into that school. So we was, and it was a traditional school, had to have belt on, had to have shirt tucked in. There was no uniforms, but it was like it was traditional. So you had to adhere to some sort of order and like just there was rules that you didn't get at the other public schools and stuff like that. So, but you just met a lot of kids that you would normally meet. Like if you was up north, you gonna meet all the kids that go to them north elementary schools, them north middle schools. But then when we went home, that's who all the kids we played with and stuff like that. But I didn't get that until college and high school. When people started to see people like, man, they didn't. But even up north, when I was in school, when I got to Northland, Cole was a sophomore, I was a freshman. I never forget this. I walked into school, and I'm a shit talker, so I'm talking shit just to dudes playing basketball, like at lunchtime. And Cole was like, yo, like he don't do that. And I'm like, we talking shit about shooting jumpers. Right. But I ain't know this dude's a folk. And like, we had folks, Crips, and Bloods. Oh, shit. And I wasn't hip. Damn. And I'm talking shit to dudes that he said, dude, if you said the wrong thing, it's gonna pop off. Yeah. And that's when I started to understand, damn, okay, I wasn't really looking at people looking at Northside. I'm looking up here at school, and there's cats getting in fights every day because they wouldn't allow the Bloods to live at Northland. There was the folks of the Crips, and that was just my first 2 years, and then it calmed down. But it was like, that's what we was concerned with, and we was concerned with beefing with other schools on the north side. God, you know, because cats just, at my school, if you talking about Northland and the north side, if you think the north side was bougie, people I think looked at Northland like we was bougie. So it's like, we was always into it with stuff, and then when I got a little older, junior year, senior year, going into college, that's when I started to see, damn, these people on the east side, they don't like us like that. Like, and I wasn't hip like that, you know what I'm saying? People on the south side, I was like, damn, and I knew some cool people from the south side. But it was like people from different sides. That's when I started to figure out, like, damn, they look at us a little bit different. I didn't even know. I wasn't hip. I wasn't hip like that.
I try to fuck with y'all. My fault. That's interesting. And that's one thing I also noticed too, like how people can tell what part of Columbus you're from. The first thing they ask you, what high school you go to? Because when I moved here, people ask me, oh, what high school you go to? And I'm like, I'm naming my fucking school in Philly. They're like, where is that? I was like, I feel like, oh man, like. So that's how you identify, like what type of character you is, or I can type of get a good feel what type of person you'll be by asking you what high school you went to. Man, that's crazy.
Especially back then, because now, since I got kids in high school, you can open enroll now. and you can just get on the list and see if you can get into whatever school you want to go to. Back then, that was a little before that. So you knew if they went to Northland, they was Northside.
Can't make it.
You know, but Northland was a little different because we did have a teaching academy.
Yeah.
So you could get into that school if you was on the west side or the south side or the east side. But if you was trying to be a teacher,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying, you can get in. So, but most schools, they knew if you go to Brookhaven, Northland, Mifflin, Centennial, you live up north somewhere.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? So if you go to south, Marion Franklin, Walnut Ridge, you south or you east or you know. So people, that's the easy way to catch where somewhere from.
Get your geographic location.
Yeah,
all right.
Yeah.
You're south side, motherfucker.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. So let's get into this talents, many talents that you had.
Okay.
For you coming up, like, was music always first for you, or was it something else? Like,
it was sports for us,
before
man. For
music
me.
came. Okay.
Yeah, it was. My dad's a professional tennis player, so
shit.
Like, you know, my dad. Shout out my pops, man.
Yeah.
He got divorced from my mom. We was mad young, but I started playing tennis. Me and Co. Little. We was probably 2, 3.
That young.
Just because my dad played tennis.
They just put a racket in your hand.
It's just you there. It's like with it. I never took lessons from my dad because he still got a tennis academy now.
Oh, wow.
But I never took lessons from my dad.
Really?
Because they got divorced. My mom and my dad, they just wasn't getting along like that.
Yeah.
So it's like, but I played. So I never played competitively until senior year of high school. But we played, starting at 4 years old, we played soccer and baseball year round. Like pretty much spring, you playing soccer, fall you playing soccer, summer you playing baseball, until we got to like play traveling sports, and then you played a little bit kind of flexible through the year. Yeah. But dude, I wanted to be a baseball player like you wouldn't imagine. Like that was my shit, bro.
Baseball.
Oh my god, I've been a Reds fan since I was little. So that's my shit right there. Was baseball.
Yes.
So
wow. So baseball was first for you, sports.
As far as the love of like this is my stuff.
Yeah, like I'm gravitating a lot towards
I loved it. I mean, I played a lot of soccer.
Yeah.
And I started my kids playing soccer because I think a lot of kids, if they're gonna be athletes, soccer is a good, especially for little kids.
Yeah.
Because all they're gonna do is all little kids do is run. So it's like go out there and run, kick the ball, and you figure out if they're good at anything. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So for me, soccer was my shit. It still is. Yeah. And baseball is listen.
Wow.
Man, listen. That was my shit. So that was what if you would ask me when I was a kid, like what you want to do, I wanted to play first base for the Reds, man. That's what I wanted to do. That's what I wanted to do bad.
Damn. Yeah. Wow. Did you like try to like get like farther with it? Like,
dude, we played from the 4 or 5 in T-ball era, the coach pitch era, and then getting up. I played all the way until my junior year at Northland. The coach really wasn't my cup of tea. He was like one of those. He kind of already had kind of favorites. And we went to a school where it was a lot of kids. So it's like you had freshman team, you had a JV team, you had a varsity team, and like he already had. We grew up in Forest Park, but we didn't play baseball in Forest Park. We played baseball kind of in Westerville a little bit.
Oh shit!
Which wasn't far.
Yeah, it was close enough.
Yeah, but our coach at Northland, he kind of scouted the Forest Park League, which is dead now. So when they was coming into high school, he kind of already had a whole list of kids he already knew about and stuff. He didn't know about me, and he didn't know about Cole. And he was kind of one of them, like he kind of like the ass kissers and the brown nosers and shit. And that ain't me. Like, you know what I'm saying? So
good on that.
I went to junior year. I didn't really get along with him, and to his credit, at least, or to my demise or whatever, I never really learned how to hit moving pitches and shit.
That was always tough.
Dude, I just never honed in on it to make sure I could learn it. So I was a power hitter. I'm 3rd, 4th, 5th in the lineup. But, dude, if you got a hook, if you got a curveball, dude, you can sit my ass down. I ain't gonna lie.
I'm just going.
Yeah. So I went to junior year, and then I said, you know what, I'm about to graduate. Let me play tennis.
Yeah.
My senior year, and I went second team all city.
Let's go.
My senior year, so I wish I'd have played tennis probably through, because I probably would have went to school for tennis, because that was natural. Like
really,
it was just natural.
The
like
feel for
baseball was there because I had all them years of doing it, but tennis, dude, it was because that's the first thing I did. I just knew how to hit. Where most cats, if you pick up a tennis racket, most cats don't know how to hit the ball without that shit going, everywhere. But me and Cole, we knew how to hit the ball with a topspin when we was kids. Cause we just knew what to do. Like it was taught to us kind of indirectly. We just knew. When you do something when you 2, 3, you just know it. So, but that's how far that went, and then that's when actually the music for me had started probably before that though.
Yeah, because that's what I was going to get to. Like, was you juggling all these things simultaneously? Was you doing sports, dabbling in music at the same time? Or was it like, all right, let me sit down with that, now let me pick up music, or let me pick up... You doing all at the same time?
In the 80s, I started rapping in 1988.
God damn!
I was in third grade though. It's like I was in third grade.
What?
And the only reason I started rapping because I had an assignment at school to do like a poem. For it, and I don't even remember what it was for. It was like you got to write a poem. We're studying different poems, different kind of poems, and so they're like write a poem. So I wrote a poem about something, and we got to perform it in front of the class.
Okay.
And I'm like, when I did that shit, dude. And this is right around the time Jazzy Jeff and Fresh Prince that came out, and Jazzy Jeff and Fresh Prince was like a kind of a class clown like me, but he could, and cats don't really remember this shit, but Will Smith can like really rap. Like he really can. You from Philly, so he can rap. So it's like he made me want to rap because he was a clown a little bit, but he was having fun, and so that's when I started MCing kind of when I was in third grade. But you ain't back then. You wasn't like, ooh, this is what I want to do. This is just something. I said, well, this is fun. I can do this. Fun. So I started writing this stuff, and this is third grade. So it's not that I was saying ooh sports or ooh music. Back then, we didn't like necessarily hone in on one thing. We played 3-4 sports. Right. We did like, and back then it wasn't no rappers. I'll tell you when we get to it, but it wasn't rappers like it is all. You can go down the street, there's rappers. You can go down the street, there's producers, there's engineers, there's your neighborhood rappers. It wasn't like that because hip hop hadn't matured that much yet.
Yeah, because we talking about 80s.
Yeah, so it wasn't. Back then I started writing.
That's great.
And then I started playing clarinet not too long after that. And my brother was playing trumpet. Yeah. So it's like we just was into the music because all our family played music.
That too. Like, was your family also like music?
That was more so they played music. This is back in the day where you did chores on Saturday and Sunday, especially Saturday, and your mom would get up and she put a record on. And you already know what you about to do. And she playing either the radio station or she playing vinyl, and we all they played. My family was old, so like 70s and 60s, like soul music. And my grandma's, she's playing like gospel, like Shirley Caesar and them and all that. So it's like you're just listening to soulful music, and that's normal to you. Like, I ain't thinking that this is going to influence like the music that I make later, but it's like that's all we did. It was part of our life, was just music. So as far as playing music, my Cole's dad played music. As I didn't know until we got older. But as far as playing music, didn't nobody really
pick up instruments
in our immediate family, like our uncles and aunts and stuff. None of them really played music.
Right. Other than Cole's dad, that was pretty much it.
Yeah, they ain't played. They was music lovers. Yeah. They played music around us all the time. We always, as kids, we dancing. We always was jamming to music, and we just got into it.
Wow. So when you write this poem in the third grade, you said you perform it, and you get the reaction. You like, oh. Like, that shit was probably kind of easy, like for real, like I like that. You just kept. It was
just more therapeutic, and it was like, dang, because I was always good at math. And like English. You know what I'm saying? That's and I was like, man, this makes sense to numbers and rhythm, and you have to have certain structure to this poem. So writing and reading, I was real good at, and math. And it all kind of made sense with numbers and knowing how to be on beat and knowing how to have a rhythm. And so when I did that, I said, man, this is kind of cool. You know what I'm saying? So and then it ain't nothing like being in front of the class
Yeah, you like
and then
that.
you like, and then everybody's like, oh, you know, the girls is like,
Right.
ain't nothing like everybody looking at you for the 2 minutes or the minute and a half or whatever
Yeah.
that you got. That solidifies it too.
Right, because like I'm thinking, because like certain people, especially at that age when you're young, you can kind of like shy away from like, oh, the spotlight's on me, all the kids looking at me. What if they laugh? What if I embarrass myself? But for you like, yeah, let's turn it. Let's go. I'm ready.
I was ready, dude.
Most people shy away from that, man.
Yeah.
And a lot of people, what I find is like they may have these talents or gift, but they kind of like make themselves small. Like they don't want to put it out there because they're not sure of the reception.
Yeah.
But it seemed like you didn't even wrestle with that. Like, is my turn to go? Like, can I go?
Well, I think another good part
that
about
confidence
it,
was always there.
Another good part about it was the sports though. It's like you used to, and this is another part that I guess touches on what you said before about the Northside thing. Dude, me and my brother was already used to being like the only black kid on the team, but the best one on the team. So it's like, you know, I was used to being in front of, not a huge crowd, but I mean, you used to being in front of a lot of parents, watching sports, you being the best kid, you know what I'm saying? Most of the people, and this was a different time too, like, that's where I gotta make sure I detail that. It's like, this is back, I grew up around a lot of white boys, but this is like, these is the white boys before they was trying to be black. You know what I'm saying? These is white boys.
Straight up and down.
Dude, when I went to their crib to play video games, they was playing Aerosmith, Guns N' Roses, Metallica. They was playing like heavy metal and country.
Yeah.
And I was the one coming in there with Run DMC or like Jazzy Jeff Fresh Prince. Like, cause they was, that was the time.
That's crazy.
That was the time where it wasn't what they used to call wiggers or whatever, where it's like, now you get the white boy with the fades.
Invited to the barbecue.
Yeah, and they just, and I get it, because hip hop, it engulfed the world to the point where you almost got to be dumb to not like some form of hip hop. You know what I'm saying? But back then, I think my confidence was from being in front of people and having success. You know, being good at soccer, being good at baseball, then going to camp with a lot of black kids and being good at tennis. And all the black kids was looking like,
right? How
the hell do you know how to? Me and Cole was over there just hitting the ball like we all, and they like, you know. So I was used to being in front of people and doing well. So by the time I got to third grade rapping like that, I was like, I didn't know it was gonna go like that. I was gonna love it like that, but I wasn't scared to get on the stage and just do it. You know?
Crazy. Yeah. That makes sense, because like you said, when you incorporate all the things that you and Cole was involved in, being a standout is like, alright.
It ain't nothing to be on stage, you know what I'm saying? It ain't nothing.
Right, and speaking of that, we go to, you know, like we're kind of like creating the timeline. Like watching y'all perform live, when you break it down like that, it's evident. Yeah. It's like, because when I see y'all perform, whether y'all perform y'all solo records or your records together on stage, it makes sense. Like, because I'm like, yo, like these, like the stage presence, the ring generalship, like the chemistry, like the not fumbling over tracks, like, you know, your spots on stage, you know how to move, interacting with the crowd. I'm like, you motherfuckers professionals up there. Like, they not just nice, like they can control the crowd. Like, that's crazy. Okay, so when Cole was on here, he was breaking it down to me that you obviously was doing music before him, even though he's the older brother. He told a story. He said he had went off to school. And you was getting better and better and better and better. And he said he would come back and you gave him a assignment. He was like, all right, you want to try this rapping shit? Write a song and come back to me, because you had already got to a point where he's like, oh, he's nicer than me, I ain't gonna lie. So he said he said that's what he said. He said he went back off to school.
Oh, that's so funny.
He said he went back off to school. He said, I never forgot that. He said he started writing and writing. And he said at this time he was heavy into his Bible. He said he cracked open that Bible, he wrote his rap referencing a passage in the Bible that he had wrote and stuck with him. He said he came back and I rapped for him. He said, I shut him up. I shut him up. Talk about that moment where, you know, like, here the little bro, you know, he's the seasoned vet. And then big bro like, all right, okay, I could do that. And he comes back and it's like show and prove type of thing.
Well, the interesting thing about it was that like.
Is that how you recall it?
Well, I do. The interesting thing about it, because I didn't know that was going to happen. Like, I've always been a shit talker. Like, but I'll usually just talk shit to my... I usually just talk shit to my circle. Like, most people know that I'm cocky and shit.
Yeah.
But most of them, they know me. Like, I don't get out usually in a public space with people I don't know and just be like, I'm that nigga. Yeah. So with him and the people I'm close to, they know we talk head and stuff. But at that point, that was 96. He had went to school, and he had already been. I quit playing clarinet in 7th grade because of the teaching I was getting, and I was just like, man, this ain't. It just wasn't pulling me in. But I kept writing all crazy. You know what I'm saying? He was playing, and then right when I quit, we got the best teacher ever at our school. It was like it was the worst decision ever. It was the worst.
Terrible timing.
Yeah. But then he kept playing music. He kept playing the trumpet, and that's what he ended up going to school for, playing the trumpet. So when he went to school, I didn't expect him to really be like, I'm about to rap and I'm about to really do it. So for me, I was just like, yeah, do it. Like, come on, like if you're gonna do it, do it. I've been doing it for a minute. By this time, I'm knee deep with my group,
right?
Which was Shotty and them. Elevator, and it was like, I'm like, let's go. And he came back, and that's right when he got into the group, because he came back and he showed like, I know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I done put some time in the craft, how I want to do it, because that's how Cole's real. He's real like tactical like that, where he don't just freestyle or he don't just kind of throw some shit out there. He's usually pretty tactical. So when he came back, he was spitting. I was like, okay. And the cats in the group too was okay. And that's when he got down. So it didn't surprise me, but it did, because I was like, I'm thinking he gonna do something, but he was all the way like organized and ready to show me that he could do, what we was doing. So I'm like, cool. And this was a long time ago.
Yeah,
so
95, 96.
Yeah, he went to school in 96. So
96, okay.
Yeah.
So take me to the time where you meet Shotty and Rashad and all of them. Like, how'd you guys link up? Is this all North Side guys?
No.
Like, how you guys meet and link up in this group?
This is the beautiful part about it. Like I told you, we went to the
lottery school.
Even in elementary. Damn. Before I met them, the elementary school I went to, Old Orchard, that was a lottery school. So I went there 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade. Yeah. But you meet all these kids that. Some of them live down the street from the school. Some of them live way up north. Because that's like technically almost in Reynoldsburg. But it's like a Columbus public school. And so the real key to it was my man Dion. Dion, which was the co-CEO of Elevator Music. He used to get babysat by either my aunt or my aunt's friend. Damn. I don't know. But my cousins was over there because my aunt lived there. And so I used to just go over there because my mom, if I didn't go to my grandma's house in South Linden, I was going over here to my aunt's. And Dion was just there. And this was like this was like the late 80s.
This is crazy.
So I met Dion just because he was over there where I was getting babysat at. So I knew Dion probably 2 years before we got to middle school.
Wow.
Once we got to middle school, we was all in the same class. Like our 7th grade year, me, Dion, my dude Blacksmith, Rashad, and then there was a whole 4 or 5 other dudes, and we came up with this crew called CMC, the Cash Money CMK, the Cash Money Kids.
Cash Money Kids.
And it's like 10 of us.
Damn.
But that's back when you had a crew, and everybody was rapping and shit, but only 3, 4 of us really was like rapping.
Take this serious.
Yeah, so that was 7th grade. And we was doing shows at Monroe. Like we was with the band and shit. Like it was me and Black and Dion and Rashad. And we literally was doing shows with the band like in front of the school.
What the fuck?
And I'm telling you, dude, niggas didn't know that they was doing something they was gonna do. I'm like, are y'all foreseeing what's about to happen for y'all guys, or y'all just having fun as kids? Yeah.
Like, oh, you dope. Let's do something together.
I think we all had commonalities. We all love music. We all love soul music. Shad, I think from a kid was making beats and stuff, and his parents just supported the fuck out of what he was doing. Yeah. My nigga Blacksmith, his dad, who went to high school with my mom, he plays, and Black kind of grew up around his dad making music, And then like me and Cole was just me at that point.
Yeah.
I just had been rapping for like 2-3 years at that point.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like this is literally what we would do. We was in Ohio history class.
All right.
Man, I could take you to the room right now and look at the room.
Yeah.
And we used to like, back in the day, we used to pass notes. Like if you liked the chick or something, that's how you would talk to a chick. Like you write a little note and you would pass it through the class to get to the chick.
Yeah.
You know, it's before you could text message people and shit.
Yeah.
So that's what we did with raps. I would like write a rap and then fold that shit up and pass it to Dion. And then he would write whatever he wrote, pass the Black, pass the Shy, pass it to all the, and then we would go to like either our bathroom break or recess, and we would go and we would all, and then we would rap it. We would be in a cipher, rapping.
That's crazy.
That's literally what we did. And dude, it was the craziest shit ever. But it was we was kids, and that's how you communicated back then. Cause ain't no text, ain't no FaceTime, ain't nothing that you can instant messenger. No, you writing shit on paper.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So that's kind of how all that started.
Yeah.
And before it was Third Power, before it was Third Eye, it was the Cash Money Kids.
God damn. That's crazy. Cause like what we see, it's like we think, because we only see what we see. Mm-hmm. We don't know all of that.
It's only a select few people that really know. Like, man, yeah,
deep to go.
But what made it dope, and I always just credit the schools to this, what made it super dope was going into high school, going to that school. Now you had kids that was gonna break back out to the city and go to their schools. Right. So as we continue rapping, like cats already knew you on the west side, south side, east side. Like cats knew like them dudes been doing this since we was in 6th grade. Them dudes been like, so it helped with your rep. It helped with people just giving you props because they was like, nah, this dude been doing this since we was kids.
Spread like wildfire now.
It was easy, And we didn't know when it was happening, but once we got in high school, it was like, and then Dion went to East. Yeah. Shy was supposed to go, I think, out East, but then all of a sudden, I think it was 9th or 10th grade. I don't remember which grade it was. Dion called me and said, "Yo, man, Rashad, he coming to Northland." And I said, "He coming to Northland?"
Oh shit.
And dude, I kid you not, like the next day I see this dude walking down the hallway in Norfolk. I said, "Oh shit, Rashad." we dapped up and he's like, "Yo, I got a studio at the crib."
Damn.
Cause see, unbeknownst to me at that time, he had already got a record deal. He had got a record deal, I think either earlier that year or maybe the year prior. Cause we didn't stay in super contact like you can now, where it's just you can text people
every day
and have people's number. Yeah. But his mom had moved up north into Forest Park, and all of a sudden that day we went, and that's the first time I ever recorded in a real studio. I mean, back then it still was a real studio. There's a professional studio.
Right.
All that shit was professional equipment.
Pianos,
dude,
shit, mics.
Dude, it was next level. So, and we did a song called Freestyles Miles for Miles. Me, Rashad, and my dude Javon.
Was that the first official song y'all laid down?
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, that I laid down. I know Rashad had probably been doing stuff with a couple of his sister and his cousin Angie, because they already kind of had something called the Third Eye, and then it morphed into us, like me, him, and the Third Eye has had quite a few different members.
I was saying it's good. It's been a few different faces.
It's been some faces. Yeah,
we'll dive into it. Damn. All right, man. Let's do this, PA. Look, let's take a break. Play some music. Let's play something off Sleeping Giant for the people.
Okay.
What should we play for them?
Play
What we want to get into?
I mean, to be honest, you should just play the intro. God Body Boy.
That's it. Set it off like that.
Yeah. Play God Body Boy.
People ready for that, huh?
Yeah.
All right, we gonna take a quick break, man. PA Flex is here, man. We got a lot more to get into. We just scratching the surface, man. Before we take this break and get into this record, PA Flex, let the people know where they can follow you at, where they can tap in, all that good stuff, where they can get the music. Just plug away.
But we are. You can go on. So let's start with Instagram. Follow me on Instagram, PAFlex_genius. That's PAFLEX_genius. I don't be on X like that. I ain't gonna front. You can get me on Facebook as well with my government, Albert Matthews III. And everything we do is on every streaming platform. Everything, Tidal, Apple Music, Spotify. You can put in North City Music Group. You can put in the Bridlington Brothers. You can definitely put in PA Flex. You can put in Coast City. You can put in Loot. You know, you can still put in Cos Oliver and catch some of the features and stuff. Yep. So yeah, man. Any most people I know is either messing with either Tidal, Spotify, or Apple. Yeah. Unless it's something else that I don't be
too typed into. Hit Tidal. Black on. We're gonna get into this record. If y'all fuck with the pod so far, make sure y'all like, subscribe, share. More importantly, tap with my man PA Flex, man. We'll be right back. Don't go nowhere.
Animal shit, can you handle this? The evangelist starts to spit once the candle's lit. See, I got 25 lighters on my dresser, 3 in my pocket. Toledo rocket, playing corner pockets. I put metal in sockets and then stand back and watch it. Can't get away with nothing. Got body boys watching. Unapologetic prophet that's trying to turn a profit. Still got my attitude like I came up in Compton. Homie, I walk it, talk it like a man. Making music with my brothers, y'all just making bands. They say to take a stand, you gotta understand that you can't throw nothing underhand, cause it'll be in the stands. I clean up what y'all spill, y'all ain't at all real. We remain tall still, lot of seasons and generations. Yeah, and I took the baton, word on. Rolled the whole lawn in the swisher and moved on. Back then ran the streets, then would do songs. Competition disaster, PA was too strong. And then my pen got violent, writing fly shit, but everything was private, so we couldn't climb quick. I still had to pay dues, make the money move. It goes from in front of you to standing under you. Money put me in front of you, so uncomfortable. Back and forth from luxury to dusty ass vehicles. All white BMW, pearly leather seats. Too many miles, new tires, that's the better me. Flow cleverly, don't matter again, never settling. I'm not embellishing broad brush strokes, but my goals are specific though. Fly over the Pacific to get the dough, nigga roll. And I'm on a roll like a Rhodes Scholar. Mo holla, mo follows, Creflo Dollar. Flow hotter than lava, covered with your data. Proud pop of the tree, always threw up the 3. Grew up right down the street from Blaze, Sterry and Pete. Ended up on these stages, they always staring at me. You know they gonna follow. Reefer is so proud of. The mailman got his bills up. Got tunnel vision now. Spray right through the crowd. This life I pledge my vows, and then I live them down. Learn to live with regrets and things I did as a child, and then don't do them now. Nigga, that's critical. Bert, Lawrence Matthews, 3 eyes. Sometimes they elevate. I hit my head 3 times. I can't fit in my body. Boy.
All right, we back right here on Club Talk Podcast. That was God Body Boy on Sleeping Giant album. PA Flex is here. Hey man, he just dropped a bomb on me, man. When we was at break listening to this music, I was asking about his process, and I was like, he said, "Listen, I don't even write to beats like that for like." I'm like, so how? I'm like, wait, break this down to me. How are you creating songs? He's like, yo, let me just hold it. When we come back, I'll explain it to you. Talk to me about your process. Like, how are you crafting these illustrious songs and you're not really like writing to tracks? Like, how are you talk about your process, because that fucked me up.
Yes, it usually don't mess people up like that. That's why I was surprised, man. Because most of the time, people they know me, they know that.
Oh, okay. I've never heard of
with me. Like with me, anybody who's been in the studio, like, and I'm gonna keep referencing this. Like when you asked me about the beginning of stuff, I come from a different time, so it's like we had to do shit differently. When I was coming up learning how to do all this shit, it was just a different time. So it wasn't as easy.
Pull up the beat.
Yeah, it wasn't as easy to do certain things. But when you sit in the studio with a producer, hours and hours and hours and hours, and you go from the beginning of the beat, all the way to the completion, and like I'll use Rashad as an example. Okay. Like you don't get the completion until you're done. So he might be, if you in the studio with him and I'm fucking around doing something, you listen to the beginning of whatever he did. It could be the drums he started with, it could be the sample, it could be some synth or some kind of string, wherever he started, and you get to hear him build this beat or whatever. It's like sometimes what I did was I developed like my own kind of metronome inside of me. And if anybody know what a metronome is, I can't explain it perfectly, but it's like a little machine that gives you that tick, 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 so that producers can get the beat in sync.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I developed that inside of me. So it's like I would hear beats, and then sometimes I would write to the beat, and then I couldn't even end up using that beat because that beat was already used for something else. And that happened so many damn times. So what started happening was, especially when I started getting good and stuff, I would listen to beats, but then it would bother me when I would have to listen to the beat the whole time to finish what I'm trying to do.
You just annoyed with the beat.
Oh my gosh, dude. And it'd be dope beats and shit.
Repeat.
Oh my god, it would annoy.
All right, man, can we turn this shit off?
It would annoy the shit out of me, dude. So what I started doing, and I knew how to. Once I listened to a beat enough, it's there now. Now it's there.
Okay.
So it's like I ain't writing to the beat, but sometimes I am because it's already there. I just can't listen to that shit because I want to compete with the beat. Like I want to. I learned this from Black Dog from the Roots. That's my favorite MC.
Hey.
He always would talk about being an instrument. So when I hear music now, I'm listening to the instruments, and all I am is just I'm an instrument too. Let me find my spot in the let me find my spot in the beat.
So you're looking at it as that, let me compliment the track.
I want to make sure that I don't get on no beat and the beat's better than me. But then I kind of don't even want to be better than the beat. It's like I want us to be dancing and shit.
Yeah,
you see what I'm saying?
I don't want to overpower it. Yeah, and I don't want to be the overpowered.
Yeah, we all heard music where you be like, man, that beat hard as fuck.
Yeah,
and somewhere in your head, you might not say the nigga ain't rapping. You might not be like, man, he ain't doing around with it. You know what I'm saying? But you would probably like the beat more than
like
the MC. So for me, dude, I just started coming up with songs. Cause I'm a word dude. I just love talking. Yeah. I love interviews. I love YouTube shit. I like conversation.
Yeah.
So that's how I come up with songs. And then when I hear the beat, I'll have a song. I might have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 songs that don't have no beat to them, but they're conceptualized. It ain't the whole song. It's the hook, maybe the bridge. I have a little bit of bars.
Yeah.
Then I hear, and this happened with Shad 50 million times. It's happened with AU quite a few times. I hear the beat. I'm like, oh, that's it right there for Ice Cube. Yeah, that's it right there. Cause I already got the song, but I ain't heard the beat yet.
You just when you hear it, you know.
Right when I get all of a sudden, hey, you play something. I'm like, oh shit. That's it right there. He was like, I made that for R&B girl.
Right.
And I was like, man, no. I was like, nah, hey, I need that. And he's like, I didn't think that nobody was gonna rap to that. And it's a song I got called Ice Cube. We put out North City, 1920? Might have been 20. We put that out.
2020?
Yeah, 2020.
Is it on streaming platforms?
Yes, sir.
Let me see as you talk about, see if I can pull it up.
Yes, it's there. It's right there. That's one of my favorite songs because people say I look like Ice Cube.
Really?
And he's one of my dudes from back in the day. So, but yeah, that's just what it is. It's more so wanting to compete with the beat. Don't want the beat to take over the song, and I also don't want the beat to control what I do. I want to be able to construct something that can probably go to a few different beats too. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause I know sometimes, man, there's too many cats that I've been around where they be like, man, I wrote this to that.
Yeah.
And they done rapped this 50 million times to this same beat. And if something happens where you gotta switch it, and they like, man, and it's like the most hardest shit in the world. I'm like, dude, like, so for me, I try to stay with just words until I have to pick. Like, okay, yeah, I want that beat. You know what I'm saying? So I try to stay with words most of the time.
So, wow, that's fascinating. So, like, let's say if a producer sent you a batch, like, here you go, just pick whatever you want. You go through the batch. You can either, because it's like you can attack it dual two ways.
Okay.
Because you like, okay, I got concepts already in my brain or scattered thoughts jotted down. Oh, that's the idea right there. That fits my concept.
Yeah. Yep.
Or if I just lock in onto this beat, I can write to it. But I got concepts. If I hear the concept, got it.
That and also a different version of that where it's just if it just sparks something.
If the beat.
Yeah, if that beat just makes if the beat just creates some words real quick. And you're like, you know, I'll let a sentence go through. I'm like, oh damn, hold on, yeah, that's making words just pop into my head. So you definitely gotta be moved because it's spiritual. Music is so spiritual, and that's where I was locked in with Shad. Me and Shad was like spiritually like connected like this. Like it's just, I don't know how. That's God stuff because it was weird.
Crazy.
Yeah.
So, man, let me ask you about. Because now my mind is all over the place now with that, because that got me like my spidey senses. So when you in the studio, right, and you working on a track, or even, you know what, let's go this route, a feature verse. Artists bring PA Flex and say, "Oh, PA Flex, I got this record. I need help with this hook, and I need you on the verse."
Mm-hmm.
They bring you in. They play you the song in its entirety with their verse on it.
Mm-hmm.
Your first point of action is what? At that point, talk about collaboration. I bring PA Flex in. Flex, I need a hook and I need a verse from you. I play you the track. What's next for you?
Well, it does matter where everything is placed.
If they first, second.
Yeah, and if that's like in concrete, like if they say like that's where my verse is gonna be at.
Yeah. So
like if it's gonna be first or if it's gonna be second or whatever, then that's gonna dictate. Okay, now most of the time I'm gonna go with the words that come first, and most of the time that's the hook. You know, so if they say that they need a hook, because typically I ask people that first. You need a hook, you put a hook on this, right? Yeah. Or maybe sometimes it's not.
Yeah, we just bar fest.
Bar, or sometimes people sample stuff or stuff like that. So typically 9 times out of 10 it's the hook.
So you attacking the hook first for you.
Yeah.
And this is why I guess your brother Coach City, he always says the best writer is my bro. I'm not saying it because it's my brother. Like, hands down, nobody fucking with PA Flex when it comes to this writing. He's like, I done seen it in real time. I seen him work. I seen him write shit for people y'all wouldn't even think. So like, when it comes to writing, like, does it come that easy to you to like just whip up some shit like that, like especially like a hook?
I mean,
because it seems like it's just so
I'm saying,
like,
dude, I'm gonna tell.
You could wake up and be like, yo, I got you.
It's
like,
easy.
God, you always on like that?
No, I'm definitely not always on. I'll tell you that.
Damn.
I'll tell you, I'm definitely not always on.
It's like a beast in the studio.
It comes
almost
from
intimidating.
Initially, it comes from being able to read music and play music, and I don't play active like I used to.
Yeah.
But when you grew up doing it and reading music on the scale and having to play music in class and read it, it's like you understand song structure. You know what I'm saying? So you understand how a song's supposed to be. That's the part about hip hop that pisses me off sometimes. Is hip hop is so raw and it's off the street that it wasn't really ever really, to me, birthed with the structure to it. It was like, nigga, we just breakdancing, we graffiti, we on the tables, and we spitting, and it's like it wasn't no structure, which made it dope as hell.
Because it's loose and free.
Yeah, it's free as hell. But then when you get into the music business,
it's measured.
It's like, dude, the best way to have great music, and you can still have bar fests, and cats can still get off and have a dope record. But when you talking about songs, you have to have some type of structure, bro. Like, if you want to have a good song, you got to have some type of structure. And it's not like me always being on. With me, I know how spiritual music is, and I know how to surrender to that. I know how to sit there and listen to the music, and the music can tell you kind of what needs to be kind of said, where it needs to be said. Sometimes if it's spirits and vibrations, bro. I mean, that's really what it is. Like, you got to be able to chill and relax, and then hear it, and be in tune with. Because really, be honest with you, it ain't me all the way.
Lies.
It's not me. I mean, it's being in touch with God. It's being in tune with my ancestors. It's being in tune with Bob Marley right here.
Hey.
It's being in tune with people who was in tune. Like, as I'm telling you, dude, when you listen to certain artists, one, you can tell who they're influenced by sometimes, but you can just tell people that are connected, like, to the spiritual world. That's where this music be coming from, man. That's why when you ask, it's hard to explain sometimes, but it's like when you know, when you on and you know how to just tap in and just start to speak, whether you writing it or whether you just coming to, like Cole, you said Cole, when he just walking, and if you know kind of what to do, you just start to do it. And then 10 bars later, 16 bars later, hook later, it looked like, okay, he's just doing what normal people do.
Right.
But the source is not the same from normal people. Like, I think a lot of people, they really, like, look in the mirror and they turn themselves on.
Yeah.
Which is cool,
Right.
and I get it. But there's levels to this shit. Like, when you really want to connect with people, you got to me, this is just my opinion, you got to be in tune with some sort of something that's not just you.
Yeah.
You know, I'm connected to my creator.
Yeah.
I'm connected to the people that came before me, and I know a lot of times what has to be said and the way it has to be said, and it's just like you gotta surrender sometimes to what needs to be on there.
Yeah.
You know, and every now and again you turn and you do some nigga shit, and you like, and it'd be like PA, it'd be like that was PA right here. You know.
So it pretty much. What you're alluding to and what you're saying is that you strip all ego.
Not all.
There gotta be a little bravado in there.
Well, because it's hip hop. That's where
Gotta show your ass a little bit.
Yeah, that's
I'm about
where.
to say, like, when I listen to your verses, I'm
Yeah.
like, because like I said, we about to get into, you know, the whole the album and everything. Sleeping Giant, that title, I said I listened to it 3 times top to bottom. I was like, think he's. They're like, I caught on to this motherfucker. I got East Coast ears, goddamn. I catch all that shit. I was like, he talking to somebody. He proving a point right now. Sleeping Giant, that title, I was like, okay. Because I seen the title first, and I was like, all right, let me study this album.
Yeah.
Because that's, for me, as a listener and a lover of hip-hop, like, my favorite thing is, like, listening to how an artist is telling this story and how artistically they're doing it, on top of their skill and how an album is even sequenced. And I think with your album, with the Sleeping Giant album, and I guess we can get into it right now, it seemed like there was this was created with a clear intent for you. Would that be accurate?
Yeah.
Take us into the before we start breaking down some of the tracks and how you put it all together. Going into this, what was your mind frame? Because this dropped 2021. Was this something that this concept of this album, was this something that you was thinking about, or just somebody? Because I believe somebody was poking the bear a little too much, and you was like, enough.
No, I think I definitely was thinking about it. I came up with that title probably in 18. Yeah, 2018 where I came up with the title.
So this is marinating.
Yeah, because I dibble dabbled over the years before that, trying to start the solo endeavor. Being with the Third Power.
Attached to group so long. So this is your first solo outing. And that had to be a scary leap. I think, because like now it's just like,
I wouldn't use the word scary, but it was just different. It was just different.
Yeah.
Because what happened was, if you look at the Third Power, I was like the lead writer for the Third Power. So there was a lot of songs that we did that I started as my songs. And then like I wasn't used to finishing songs because I was always hook, get my verse, maybe a bridge or something, and then cats come in and attach stuff to it. And that used to happen to a lot of songs that probably could have been my songs. But so around 18, 19, once I knew I was gonna have to do something solo, I started North City officially, and we was gonna start doing some group shit. You know, we did The Cure, which was like a compilation. Then Kaz dropped his shit. Then Lute dropped his shit. And then Cole came. I forget if Cole came before me or not. Well, he did his Elevator album. And all this time, people for years, even before 18, cats is always, man, PA, man, you gotta do yours. You gotta do yours. And the thing about me is, I'm such a LeBron nigga. I'm like I'm trying to pass the niggas and give a nigga a hook, give a nigga a concept.
Dunk that.
Yeah. So it was like, it wasn't necessarily scary. It was just different, and also it wasn't too much poking. It was just that in this world we live in, you got to show and prove. My OG Frank Skip, rest in peace to him. He always used to say, man, don't say it, display it. He's always be like, it don't matter what you say. Because people going, if they fuck with you, they gonna listen and be like, oh, that sound cool.
Yeah.
But once you display, then everybody, what they gonna say, they can say, okay, I can at least say, here, push play now.
Right.
Or look at this shit, and then you have to at least, unless you don't want to fuck with it, you got to show and prove. And people are like, okay, well, that shit was hard. So it was a little poke in the bear, but a lot of it was just expectations I put on myself, and the people around me looking at me like, come on,
right?
You know, like what's up, man?
You know? Like,
you know.
So for you put that chip on your back, like, you know what? Okay, I know all eyes is on me, type shit. So you know what? Let me display this shit. Then, like, y'all, okay, this is what y'all want. And
then the Sleeping Giant really, I mean, to be honest with you,
title,
it really just means like, you know, I remember when I was a kid, we had to read this book called Gulliver's Travels. I want to say it was in elementary school, but I feel like the art for the book, it was a giant that was laying like in the field, and I think he had fell asleep or something, and like all the kids was, all the other humans was like regular human people, and he's the giant. And all the kids was like playing on him, like, because he had fell asleep so long, I think grass started growing around him, and you know, but it was like, if the Sleeping Giant wake up, it changed the whole outlook of everything, because now everybody like, damn, that's a big ass, this dude 25 feet, and we all 5 feet, 6 feet, shit like that. So it was like just me wanting to get up in the city and in the atmosphere and show people that, I mean, show people I'm better than most of all of y'all.
I do it.
You know, so it's like, and that's really what it is. But most people will tell you, most people will tell you that ain't insecure.
Yeah.
Like when you talk about the facets of knowing music, knowing how to write, knowing how to perform, knowing how to even fall back and give somebody else light and write for somebody else. When you put all that shit together, you're better than everybody. I mean, just, you know, in everybody that you probably know that you done met in this region that do shit. Yeah. Nah, they ain't fucking with me, not even close. Ooh. So, but they'll know that, and I ain't got necessarily.
But if you say it, you an egotistical motherfucker. Who the fuck he think he is? Yada yada yada. Yeah. It's interesting how, you know, hip hop is also art form, but it's also a sport. It's like you talking about like the competitiveness of it. Like, okay, if I say it, people think I'm just talking out of my ass. So let me show y'all. Yeah. And y'all go ahead, judge for yourself. Yeah. The work is there. So y'all can deny it all you want, but the work is there. Take your pick. Group shit, writing, solo project. Like, what you want to do?
But you got flex though. You got to flex. That's where my name came from. You got flex. You got flex, and you got to.
You're not scared to flex.
There's so many. I mean, there's so many different ways in hip hop that you can flex, and that you can show your worth. But the fucked up part about it, it's not fucked up, but it's art is subjective,
right?
So I can go out there and flex as much as I want. Right. You know, this person might be like, dude, I just don't like. Which I like drill. I like drill music. I like super conscious poetry type. Music. You know what I'm saying? If you don't like what I'm doing, I ain't mad at you. You know what I'm saying? Because you might be genuinely like, dude, I'm not really necessarily. I don't gravitate to what you do. Art is like that. I don't care if it's a painting. I don't care if it's fashion. I don't care if it's rap, singing, any type of artwork. People gonna be like, I like looking at that type of painting because it makes me feel good when I come home from work and I can sit and drink my wine and I want to look at that painting. Yeah. You know, I don't want to come look at something that looks aggressive. Or abrasive or something like that. It's abstract looking or something. So art is subjective. So you're going to get your people that fuck with you. And that like what you do. You know what I'm saying? So
but you don't get butthurt about it. You're like, man, you ain't fuck with my shit. Man, you hating. Now you got to understand. A lot of artists are sensitive. You know what I mean?
Most artists are sensitive. I think it's about having a certain level.
One critique like, oh my God.
It's about having a certain level of understanding. Everybody ain't gonna like your shit like that. But then also too, that everybody, even if they like it, some people ain't gonna never tell you they like it no way, or they'll never give you like the most public props. You know, and that's what we deal with in our city. Oh my God. I don't know if this. I don't even know if this goes on. I've been to a decent amount of cities doing hip hop shit. But I know here it's like it's a lot of cats don't want to be like, yo, you are ... Whether I don't care if you're a producer, beat maker, if you a podcaster, if you a content creator, whatever, most people, they just don't be knowing how to just give people their flowers. Like
that's one thing that I found so strange when I arrived here in the city. Cause when I touched down, you know, and I'm surveying the land, you know, because I'm a podcaster. That's my lane. That's what I do. And I'm like, okay, let me see where I fit in the podcast space here in the city. And I'm surveying my land because, as you know, as an artist, you got to survey your competition. Yeah. Let me see who in this field, who I'm competing with. You know, so I'm surveying the land, and I'm like, okay. I was like, let me befriend these people. Like, this ain't my city. Let me not just come here thinking I'm all right. Yeah, I'm about to. No, like, you know what? Befriended. So I'm trying to reach out to people and. No love, no. I'm inviting people on the pod. I'm shouting people out. I'm like, yo, and it started to hit on, like, dawn on me. The more I went on and along, I'm like, oh, that's just how they don't. No, they ain't showing you shit. No love, motherfucker. I don't care how nice your shit is. I don't care how dope your setup is. I don't care how many cameras you got. I don't care if you got the full K joints, you got the conditioner lights. Fuck your shit. No, especially you not from here. You the fuck out of here. So then I started to interview artists, and I was like, you know what? Let me explore this to see why is it like that in the city. And the more artists I had on, such as yourself and a host of others, I'm like, oh, that's just how they are. Like they won't. I'm not going to give you that. No. Like we're in the same field. Like we perform on the same bill together. Yeah. Like you go on right after me or before me. Yeah. And we don't even post each other. We don't even post the same flyer.
I'm serious.
I was like, what the fuck is going on in this city? Like you said, 80s. How do you make sense of this? Break this down for me, PFX. I'm not well versed enough.
The simple way to put it is that, like, in a city like this, when I started doing this shit, especially when I came up by 2, 3, 4 years into doing this shit, the only people that was really rapping, it was Lone Catalyst. You had Columbus Mob. You had a group called named Spirit. Those was my big bros. I love them dudes. And then all of a sudden you had the Third Eye come up, and you had Megahertz come up, and there was not nobody else. It just wasn't. And so with us, we get a certain level of respect that a lot of people don't get, because most of the people that came after that, they was influenced by what we was doing. What tends to happen in a city like Columbus, because even though you have somebody like Busy Bone, who's from Columbus, Ohio, but ended up branching and going to Cleveland. Bow Wow, who's from Columbus, Ohio, but had to go to LA, Atlanta to kind of make shit pop. We never had nobody in Columbus really be like, bitch, I'm from Columbus and I done made it, and da-da-da. So everybody wants to be first. I'm telling you, bro. Everybody wants to be first, so they feel like if you come out, and I won't even use you because you're a transplant to the city. If it's me and 3 other dudes, or 3 other groups, or 3 other producers, and we band together, niggas be really thinking, man, what if AU beat me? What if Rashad, I helped this dude, and then he is the one that goes off, and everybody gonna look at him like he was the dude. And those are 2 bad examples, because those AU and Rashad, those are both giants, like that are different. Like, you know.
But I see the analogy you're making. Like it's like it's like everybody's at the same thing, but nobody wants to help the one get there.
Yeah, because I don't think people believe the fact that if I do something and I'm out of here, that I'm gonna help you too. That I'm gonna be like, well, this nigga helped me. Let me throw him a bone too, so he can come up. I don't think people have faith in their counterparts to think like, damn, he gonna help me too. He ain't just gonna get the fuck out of here. And then we've had some people. I ain't gonna lie, we've had some people that got a little bit of shine in the city and then traveled a little bit, whether it was Atlanta, LA, New York. And then you looked at them like, damn, man. That might not be a good look for us, for them to blow the hell up, because what the hell they gonna do for the city? You know, because I don't give a fuck about nigga helping me. I'm good enough to where if there's anybody even paying attention to the city, I'm gonna get some attention. Like, oh, okay, that's PA. You know, some people they get, and this is another part. Some people get shook because they can't stand beside like power. Like, you know, there's nobody There's nobody in this world probably, and I'll use this city and this state, but even this world, the only people that I would feel like, dang, but outshine me. It's people that already got a large fan base, people that's probably signed big mainstream artists. If I had to stand by them with all their fans and all their popularity, it's like fuck. Right. But here in Ohio, it's like I'm not gonna be scared to say, okay, we're gonna throw a show, and we're gonna have the North City cats rock. But I don't care. We're gonna get a couple other cats from other camps to rock. I'm not gonna be like, man, he gonna outshine me. Right. But people feel that way.
That's crazy.
And I get it's human nature to be insecure, but when you do this shit, it's hip hop shit. You supposed to at least be able to mask that shit. Don't get on stage if you gonna be scared that if I rap and then this dude rap behind me, or if he rap before me, he gonna murder this shit. Right. And then all of a sudden I gotta come up here and get people to pay attention. It's just what it is. It's just, and we are like a very good example of like, don't nobody want to help nobody because there ain't a whole lot of unity to where you are confident, like, yeah, he gonna help me back. Yeah, he gonna look out for me once he get a little bit of shine. He gonna get some beats from me too. And then, people, I don't think people trust each other like that.
That's crazy, cause it's so like, as an outsider looking in, like when I just like look at the level of talent in this city, like artist to artist, like fuck the, I know the whole Columbus thing is they're very predicated on like what side you from, like whether you from the south side, the north side, west, east, whatever side of Columbus you from. Like I done had different artists from all sides, and I'm like, y'all motherfuckers are so dope. I'm like, y'all motherfuckers talented as fuck. And then like as an outsider, it hurts me to see that mindset that you're breaking down, that most of the artists in Columbus have, it deteriorates the growth of what could be a power fucking city.
Yeah, it could.
Like, I see, and we talked about this at the Columbus Legends Hip Hop Show, which I think hopefully can ban some of this, can heal some of that wound, as y'all continue to do that annually. Hopefully that can dispel this bullshit. But when I look at it, like, I see Columbus being as powerful just as a Detroit, as a Chicago, like all the other Midwest cities, as a Cleveland, as we talked about at that show. Cause I'm like, yo, y'all motherfuckers are dope. Yeah. Cause I be like listening to y'all shit, and I be like studying. I'm like, yo, like how come he never did a joint with him? Yeah. I'm like, them two would sound dope together. Yeah. I was like, yo, if he got an AU beat, or if she sung over, what if she did a hook for him, or what if he? And I'm just like, cause I got East Coast ears, so I'm like, oh, why aren't y'all working with each other? I come from a city called Brotherly Love. I'm like, you pull your brother up. So it hurts me to see like, oh, fuck pulling my brother up. I gotta buy by myself. No, you don't. No, you don't. If you pull so many hands together and we all, we just go to this whole year, we are festivals. Let's hit you know what? Let's fucking hit a road together. Let's get a fucking Sprinter van. We started Midwest. Let's hit Chicago. And then we just, but like you said, nobody's like, oh, because if the crowd like you better, no, I'm not getting on that stage after that. No, because like they ain't gonna fuck with me. You don't know that. And I think that speaks to a high level of like lack of confidence in your art form, for real. Because if you talking that big shit, like you get busy, all right. Like you just said, okay, I know all eyes is on me. Here's Sleeping Giant for y'all.
But there's also
prove it. Get on the stage and prove it.
There's also like the bad part about hip hop becoming so big is that we have a few examples of people who shouldn't be rapping or probably singing, but they done made millions of dollars. They done blew the hell up. And it's like what happens is like when we started.
That's a great point.
When we started, you can't get seasoning like we had back then. Because you did this shit because you was like, this shit is cool, man. I love this shit. You know what I'm saying? You didn't really know in the back of your mind, I might really be able to fucking do this shit and pop off. So you really cared about the shit. Now, and I ain't hating cats for doing this, because anybody that's trying to have a legal means to take care of their kids, family, wife, whatever,
get your money.
Dude, I'm like, let's go. You know what I'm saying? But once we got an onslaught of people that really wasn't anointed to kind of do this stuff, be an artist, to be an MC, to talk in front of people, and really be an example for people to like, I want to do that. It's a lot of people that just doing this shit not for what they can give to, but what they can get from it. You know what I'm saying? It's like, as much as I don't want cats out here selling dope and robbing old ladies and doing grimy shit to get money. So I'm like, this is legal. Let's get to it. That's fine. But it's tough when you see people who they don't give a fuck about this shit. Yeah. They just really like, this is the means to an end. Yeah. You know, I know some people. Yeah. I can get my shit popping. Yeah. And that's when you get like some disingenuous kind of bullshit ass art. It's just what it is. And I'll say this too, because I've heard this recently on different podcasts where people we need to come up with all the hip hop genres. We need to separate a lot of shit, and we need to have the adult contemporary kind of category with hip hop. Because it's too man, listen. I'm an old soul. I grew up on soul music and shit. Yeah. But at this point in my life right now, my music is for mature motherfuckers. Yeah. And old souls. Like, I've met people in their 20s that fuck with my shit, but they not normal 25, 26 year old people. They like more, they OGs raised them. They aunts, uncles was having them listening to older music. They was listening to 90s rap and shit. Like, they listen to Pac and Cast and Tribe Called Quest and all that shit. They got a different ear. So they can listen to an OG and be like, oh shit, that shit is fire. Like, and they'll still listen to, cause my oldest is 21, and they give me hit the shit all the time. But it only about 20% of that shit will I actually play when I'm not sitting beside this nigga. Like, no, it's just what it is.
Yo, pop, that's the aux cord.
But like 20% of it, I'm into that shit. You know, because like you said, I got an East Coast ear more so. I grew up with that's what we was in love with. You said your
favorite MC is Black Dog.
Black Dog. Nigga, every one of my favorite MCs is from the
Inspired by
East.
Will Smith.
No, they all. I love Philly rappers. First of all, we gonna put that out there.
Motherfuckers.
Yeah, it's a rapping ass, shit talking ass niggas. Yeah. So I love East Coast shit. That's how we grew up. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? On East Coast shit, and Queens shit, and New York shit, Philly, DC shit, all that shit, man. So yeah.
Do you ever see the day where this disease of Columbus artists will come to an end? Do you think it will always be this way, or eventually do you see a time like we'll break out of this shit? Like,
I think it's possible.
Okay, thank God.
It's very possible.
I was saying, man, like,
it's very possible. Because I think the world we all change and evolve and grow, and eventually there's going to be something here that's different. Yeah. I can't. It's hard to paint it. It's hard to be like, this is what's going to happen. You know what I'm saying? I wish I had that type of mind where you could be like one of them Elon Musks or one of them people who you can see what the world going to be like in 10, 15 years, and you can plan and you can jump ahead of it. I wish I could, but it's going to be. I don't know how, but I think it's going to be different. Yeah.
Thank God.
Yeah, I think so.
I hope so, man. Because you just hate to see wasted talent. Or people who actually, like you said, like really putting the work in, and like they not bullshitting with it. Just you hate to see that, you know. Man,
I've done this long enough to understand that only the cream was gonna rise to the top all the time.
Goddamn.
And people that really fuck with this shit are gonna keep doing it.
Yeah.
Like they're gonna just keep making music. I don't know what it's like to not write words down. And even though I don't write them down, I type them down or whatever. You know, I don't know what it's like to not do that. So it's like whether it's getting into writing books or writing screenplays, writing film type shit. That's where Ice Cube was a big inspiration to me, just because him being niggas for life, niggas with attitude, on some fucking straight, whether he was a street nigga or not, represent one of the most stereotypical hood groups. Now you got the big three. Now you doing mad family movies. It's like just using your pen to do something great. You know,
the power of writing. Look at that.
Power of words, man. Just words. Words is the best shit in the world to me. That's my favorite shit in the world. Words.
Words.
I ain't gonna lie. The words.
What's the longest you spent on writing one verse?
Longest?
The longest. Where you just.
No, probably. I mean,
kept sitting with it, kept trying to get it right.
Probably weeks. I mean,
Ooh.
Just because I got ADHD, so it's like,
oh shit.
it's like.
That's why you get tired with the beats, man. Like, turn that shit off, man. I got it.
It's like sometimes you will work on stuff in fragments. So it's not like you're working on it for weeks.
I got 4
it's
right
just
here.
that I got 4. I got a little bit of the hook. You know what I'm saying? And then you just get bored with it.
Oh shit.
So like you go to a different song.
Oh shit.
And then you go, you know what I'm saying? You end up literally hopping around. So that technically might not be working on the same thing for weeks.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You hopped around to different.
But you was all over the place. You know what I'm saying?
So there's a lot of unfinished songs in your hard drive. You say,
dude, I got so many.
That hard drive is so unfinished.
Dude, I got so many different, but it's dope because every now and again you get you get a little batch of beats.
Yeah, get me
and
inspired.
you hear the beats and you're like, oh wow, that's for that.
Yeah.
And then you go pick something up that because when you got especially when you got ADHD bad like me, you would do that and you forget that you even did that 4 8 bars and hook. And then you look back in your notes like, oh shit. Damn, that go right there. Okay, and you be like, yes, let's go, you know, and you kind of ahead, you know, of the game. So I don't know if I do stuff for a long time. If I can't see the finish line, it bothers me. So it's kind of like
you want to complete it.
You want to, but if I can't feel it and see it and understand where I'm going, if it's any type of block,
you'll leave it.
Then I gotta just go over here where I see some air and I see some light. You know what I'm saying?
If it ain't coming, you leave it alone.
I ain't gonna beat my head up against it. Because the thing about it is, you fuck around and start saying some dumb shit. Like seriously, just to finish some shit. No, I'm straight.
Those last 4 bars were trash.
Yeah, that was some word. That's some word salad and shit.
But that's a credit to you caring about the art form.
Yeah, no, I ain't gonna give you no bullshit. I'm gonna try the best I can not to give you no bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Because real people gonna know, like, damn, was he?
Right.
He was fucking around right there at the end. No, I'm straight. I'm trying to give you some fucking meat potatoes, man.
That's
so
right.
you can be like, yeah, this is good money. So
I love it. I love it. I'm trying to find this.
You ain't find Ice Cube?
This Ice Cube song.
You know what it is? It was on 50 Jumpers. That's what it is.
So I need to type in 50 Jumpers.
You gotta type in 50 Jumpers. My bad.
No, you're good.
My bad.
Because I want to play for the break.
Yeah.
50 Jumpers.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the title of my book. I gotta finish this book that I've been
book.
Dude, I've been working on this book since 2012, man. And my ADHD, like,
God damn.
I'm one day I'm gonna finish this book. But it's but then we flipped it into a group. We flipped it into a group where it was me and Kaz and Ko and Lucci, and that's what when we did The Cure. You gotta listen to that album too. The Cure. That's the first album we came out with on North City.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, that was in 2020.
Shit.
But it's under 50 Jumpers. Like that's the artist.
Here we go. I see it. Ice Cube, PA Flex.
Yes, sir.
50 Jumpers.
Yes, sir.
Is it? Okay, let me pause it real quick because we're gonna go on a break. I want to hear it in its entirety. I don't want to snip it.
That's my shit right there.
All right. Before we go into the break, one question, then we'll go into the break.
Okay.
Because we were just talking about damn, what was it? We were just on fucking.
I know we were talking about caring about the art. We were talking about Columbus.
Caring about art, Columbus. Yeah. Oh yeah, you said you'll see the day that eventually subside. Do you hope or wish to be a part of that, or do you think by the time that happens, your time will be long past and gone?
No, I feel like I'll be a part of it in some way, shape, or form.
Okay.
Somewhere.
With the foundation you're laying right now.
Yeah. So I'll be. I can't say that I'll be the meat and potatoes of it. I'll be the star of it or nothing like that. But because where I'm at in my career right now, it's like I don't have no aspirations to be like the biggest rapper in the world. Like but I want to be the biggest me I can be as far as being as mature in this shit as I am.
Yeah.
There's an audience in their ears for what I do.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So when that time comes, I don't know who's gonna be the star, or who's gonna be the focal point, or who's gonna be the person that everybody's like, yo, if it's gonna be a young boy, if it's gonna be a middle kind of, if it's gonna be a singer, if it's gonna be a production company house, or because there's so many different ways you can attack the hip hop shit where you have a conglomerate of people that pop off. It could be a solo singer, a group singer, solo rapper, a group rapper. It could it's a band. It could be or it could be shit. It could be 4 or 5 of those things, and it kind of all pops up. You don't know how it's gonna happen, but I would love to be part of it in some way, shape, or form. Yeah,
right. Hell yeah. All right, Pierre, let the people again know where they can follow you, where they can get their music. all that good stuff. And let's say if there's any artists out here listening, if they want to get PA on the record, can they do that?
Yeah, listen. PA Flex _Genius on Instagram. You can DM me. You can DM me forever, whenever. All the music is on all the DSPs. You can put. I'm glad we just brought up Ice Cube because some of the music is under 50 Jumpers. Some of the music is under Bridlington Brothers, which is me and my big bro Coast City, or just PA Flex. And 50 Jumpers, by the way, was me, Kaz Oliver, Loot, and Coast City. So, I mean, you could do all that. And actually, you could, at any given time, if somebody want to reach out to me, just DM me on Instagram.
Quickest way to get in touch with you.
Just DM me on Instagram, you know. Yeah. And that's or you talk to my brother, you talk to Coast City. Coast City be out there schmoozing with the good people. So, if you talk to Coast City, just be like, yo, I need to talk to you, bro.
Right.
And he'll get to me. But yeah, if you want collab, if you want feature, if you want get to the next level, what you doing, man? Let's get it popping, man.
Yeah. Should they be afraid that they're going to have to pay a hefty price?
It all depends on what you want, man.
You work with them.
It all depends on what you want. Them hooks ain't cheap. Them hooks, you gonna have to work with a brother with them hooks.
That's that bread and butter right
hooks
there.
Are strong,
I give you a hook. Come on now,
listen,
like, what we doing?
Hooks are strong. And there's levels to the hooks too, because the hook. And I will say this before we go to break. The hooks, it could be a hook that you want me to say, or it could be a hook that you want to say. The hook, there's levels to that shit. There's levels to this shit, and those are different. Those are a little different.
If I write the hook, or if you want me to write it and say it.
Yeah, there's levels to that. So I wouldn't use the word hefty, but it's a worth it price. It's definitely
you gonna get your money's worth.
Yeah, you gonna get some heavy stuff.
I love it. All right, we right here on Club Talk Podcast. PA Flex is here. Artists, y'all heard them. Don't be afraid to tap in. Step your catalog up.
Yeah, man.
What's the song we about to hear, man? Ice Cube. Go ahead and introduce this for the people.
Man, this is a record, man. Long time ago, I came up with this concept without no beat.
Right. That's how we landed in that.
Without no beat, and it was so dope. I wrote the concept about growing up with no father in a single parent household with just my mom's. I always looked at it being so deep entrenched in hip hop. All of the MCs I looked up to was like my dad, because I didn't have my dad accessible to me at that point. So it's like that's where this song came from. I was like, I wanted to shout out and to show love to all the grown OG dudes that I was looking at like my uncle or my pops. You know what I'm saying? But they was MCs. I didn't know these niggas. But and then one mysterious day, the great Jack Burton audio unit sent me a few beats. And right when I heard this beat that he said he made for an R&B artist, I said, oh, there's Ice Cube right there. I was like, that's it right there. That's it right there. I was like, yes. And then he looked at me all crazy, kind of like, you want to rap on that? So that's what it is. This is like a tribute to all the OGs I used to listen to coming up. That made me want to do this shit. And that's what Ice Cube is, man.
Oh man.
Yeah.
All right, we'll be right back here on Club Talk Podcast. Don't go nowhere.
I'm so Chuck D's nephew, the little brother of Ice Cube, the godson of KRS-One, 161. It's never what you doing, but how it's done. Yeah, I'm not Sears' best friend. Ain't nothing changed, I'm still Coast City next to kin. The godson of Black Thought's thumb, 161. It's never what you doing, but how it's done. Power to the people, love to let the trees blow. Too much of anything can make you not wanna be more. You gotta be alone, do some soul searching at home. You'll never grow unless you get up out that comfort zone. You ever cry just because you alive in America? By 21, a lot of my kind die. Step into the growing pains, still flowing, man. I'm pains Novocaine, ain't got nobody to blame. It could be homicide, genocide, genocide. North side versus south side, love is stronger than pride. That's why we ride out, spend that money, fly out to a destination where there ain't nothing but thighs out. But now we back to where the wind blows, where you got cracks in your windows and seeds in your endo. All your dreams with no money to spend, no. Hustle hard with your kinfolk, cause they been broke. I'm so Tupac's nephew. The little brother of Ice Cube, the godson of KRS-One, 161. It's never what you doing, but how it's done. Yeah, I'm not Sears' best friend. Ain't nothing changed, I'm still Coast City next to kin. The godson of Black Thought's thumb, 161. It's never what you doing, but how it's done. You get a drum or something. We just want you to get a drummer some. Yeah, that's why we ride out. Yeah, that's why we ride out. Black people unite and let's all get down. We gotta find that love that was lost and never found. I told my son he black, he keep telling me that he brown. Innocence of a child, wish I had that now. My thoughts black like Tariq's is. Before I called myself PA Flex Genius, I was playing NWA and Chuck D now. Real OGs taught us boys how to be men. We sipping on seed rims, hoping we don't conceive kids with chicks that we know that we ain't ever gonna be with. In a single parent household, my father figures with niggas that MC and rock gold. Colossal, true apostles of this thing called rap. We never knew this shit would take over the map like that. Gotta take the time to show love to the forefathers. Growing up with no father, but I had 4 fathers.
We back right here on Call Talk Podcast. PA Flex is here. You're hanging out with us. That was Ice Cube off 50 Jumpers. Man, like, we're talking so much behind the scenes, man. Like, this motherfucker just continuously blowing my mind. It's just, you know what's fascinating? Like, sitting down with artists, like, who are, like, so creative it's like, you start to see there's levels to creation. You know, like, once you dive into their mind and how their brain functions, just like, you just see it. You know, you just see the separation of why somewhere is at where they at. Mm-hmm. You're like, oh, I get it. Like, the way you tack shit and look and see shit is completely different from someone who's like you said, it's levels like this. Like, you kind of look at a Juvenile, but this is pro level shit. Yeah. This is why I'm at where I'm at. But you can't say it because you be arrogant fuck. Because he's from the north side.
That too.
All right, let's get into. I'm trying to think that I asked all my questions that I needed to ask off Sleeping Giant, because I wrote some notes down. I want to make sure I get all that out. Back on Sleeping Giant. So when you was creating this album, when did you? Because I want to ask you about the Farrakhan references too. Because you use his voice and his speeches and his excerpts to kind of narrate this Sleeping Giant, you know, album from start to finish, and it also ends with him. It opens up with him in the intro and it ends with him in the outro. Talk about that concept of how you're like, I want to use Farrakhan to narrate this project.
Gotta give props to you, man.
Hey,
gotta give props to Jack, man, because that was his idea. I may have mentioned something about Farrakhan, but what happened originally when I did that song, he didn't know that was like my testimony. Like, that was my that was like something that you've been feeling those verses. Because when I came with the third verse, he's like, "You got another verse?" And I'm like, "Yeah, man, I just got it." And he was looking like this song get kind of long. And I was like, but it's my testimony, man. He was like, you know what? He's like, okay, you got to say what you got to say. And there was a hook on there first. And the hook kind of was very, almost like preachy. Okay. God bless the people. So it was like almost like a pastor kind of saying this hook. Okay. That's how I wrote it a little bit. Yeah. And when we did this shit, it just didn't sound right. I ain't gonna sit here and lie. Because he was looking at me, and I'm sitting over here, I'm the hook nigga. So I'm like, man, but we both kind of like, this ain't hooking. Like, it's not hooking nobody with this hook. Like, it's just not. Right. So I we went to the next song. I didn't have no solution. You know what I'm saying? But because I was like, I'm so used to. I'm like a producer in the non-traditional sense, because I produce as I'm writing and as I put it together. But him being a producer in the technical sonic sense, he just, when I came back for the next session, he had it. He took the beat out after every verse, and then he just plugged in Farrakhan. So that was that had to be 99.9% Jack. Damn. I might have said something about Farrakhan, but that was Jack. That was at you. Yeah. That was at you. Wow. Yeah, and he knew, like, our sessions were so interpersonal around that time that we talked a lot. Like there was times in the session we just straight 20-30 minutes where we're just chatting about certain shit. So he knew he knew what to do. Like he just knew like, okay, we gotta put this here, we gotta put this here. You know what I'm saying?
We locked in.
Yeah.
We know what direction that we're in. Wow.
Yeah.
And there's also like it's a very well-rounded project because like you said, there's this chip on your shoulder that you put on there purposely, like, okay, like, y'all, I know all eyes is on me. I got to do what I got to do. You got records for the trunk. You got records that go off on stage. If you in the lounge and you chilling. Records I could perform live. I got chicks for the, records for the chicks. Talk about my breakup, my relationship. You got really personal. Like, it was like, surprising to hear you get as vulnerable as you did, because as men, chest out, head, fuck that. I hurt, I'm good, but you put that in your music. Obviously, not saying names. Was that a period of time, or like in your past, where you was dealing with that relationship, or relationships where it's like, that hurt, or like that. You know what? I want to talk about that in music for him, because I was like, wow, he really put it in there. Like, he didn't shy away from it.
The dope part about...
And did she text you as soon as she heard it? Motherfucker, what you trying to say?
I'm gonna tell you.
Because when you make a song about a chick, your phone blowing up like, oh, for real? That's what we doing? That's what we doing?
This is how...
if you see your son again.
This is how life is so crazy, and how I say this is so spiritual. How music is a spiritual spirit. I never really did a whole bunch of vulnerable records like at the Third. We talked a lot about social conscious shit, black man shit, rap shit, lyrical shit. But as I got older, I learned, to connect with people, you gotta sometimes be able to be vulnerable, so they can be like, damn, I've been through that shit. Like, damn, damn, okay, and they turn that shit up a little bit. Like, I want to see what this nigga went through. What I went through.
Those are my favorite records.
If you look at a song called "The Most" by my wife, by my ex-wife, and that song called "Downstairs," featuring Nardos and Dale. I love you, girl, for being on that record. That was Jack, because Jack came up with the track list for the album. He put everything on the track list. Okay. So it was his idea to put them back to back. Now the funny thing, the little secret gem that people don't know till now, is that when I wrote "The Most," we were still married.
Oh shit!
So it's like, no, we were still married. I went to the studio that day. I had a session with Jack scheduled, and I wasn't even done with the song. I was like, it was pieced. Okay. And so I remember it was a Sunday. I went downstairs. I was just like, okay, man, I gotta finish the song. So I just finished it and just told what the story was told. All I had to do was just get it out because it was inside me. I just had to put it down on the paper so I could be done with the song. I go to the studio and my whole thing is I just want to lay a demo down, just so me and Jack get to hear. And that's produced by Blaze, produced by my brother Blaze. And when I recorded it, I'm thinking it's a demo, and Jack's like, nigga, that's what you hear. That's what I recorded. For real? Yeah. So he's like, yeah, man, that's dope. She heard that. The same, like maybe the next day when he gave me a rough mix, and she loved it. Oh shit! She loved The Most because it was about her. It's not nothing in there crazy. Yeah, it's not disrespectful. Yeah, it's not crazy, and it's bigging her up and shit like that. Then she didn't hear Downstairs until last year. Oh shit! Until 2023, just so because we was divorced by then. Okay. But we was in the car with my kids, and I had to take her somewhere, and it just came on random. In the playlist. And she could tell once the hook started that this is a song about us. It was the craziest shit, bro. Right. Cause she said there, I see her look over at me in the car. But it was Jack's idea to put them back to back like that. But you got 2020. When we were still together, by 23 we're not together, but those songs were done at different times. But put them together because it tells you, this is good. Right. Then it goes like, nah, we went this way. So artistically, and this is the thing, it's like, I've never done that before, but I was like, man, I want, and people love them songs. Oh, I say those are my favorite type of records. Because for me, when I listen to those or hear those type of records from artists, especially if they gave me enough of
Like, I get it. You get busy.
You can rap.
I get it. Like, you rap your ass off. I got it. But where's the personal stories? Because, like, for me, as a listener, that helps me understand the artist more. And now it feels like I know them. Mm-hmm. And now that makes me want more. I want to follow where he's going or she's going. Because, like, if you look back at albums, like, you can kind of tell where that person was at in their point in life. Yeah. It's like following the thread. It's like, okay, like, what's the next project going to be like? Is it going to be a new love interest, or is it going to be, did they rekindle? Did they fix things? Or, like, did his rapping ability drop off? Did that affect him? Was that like a gut punch? Like, is he fucked up now? Yeah. Like, is it gonna be 2-3 years before we get another one? Yeah. Like, and I feel like now, like, okay, I understand why he's making these type of songs, or why the next project is going to be an experimental project and not so much more the rappy shit. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm in this space right now in my life, and that's fascinating as a listener, because you kind of get, it's like them letting you into their world. Yeah. Whereas, like you said, like before, you wouldn't make those type of records. So he's like, you know what? Let me go ahead and do that. Like, were you kind of like unsure about how those records would be received? Like, did you know they would end up being people's favorites? Like, were you surprised by that? Like, really? Like, that's the introspective ones, y'all like, okay. Like, really? Like, yeah, I got shit for the club. Like, I don't like the shit for the... I think... Yo, bang this in the window.
I didn't necessarily know, because I knew a lot of people that I'd be around. They'd be into R&B. Oh, okay. And they'd be into, like, emotional kind of stories about love, or stories about heartbreak, or just loving somebody, or just, being vulnerable. So at the end of the day... No, I didn't necessarily know, because I know what people like from me. Right. They like me, the Leo, the Lion. Yeah. Just go. But I gotta show you the depth. Yes. Of damn, I know he could do that. Like, I know he could. Yeah. So I'm glad. I'm super glad I did that. Yeah. And I needed both of them records. Nice. I needed both of them. Matter of fact. Yeah, they both produced by Kid Blaze. Oh, that's shit. My little bro, man. That's my bro. Like, nice. Yeah, his beats just be making me. His beats in my words, like, they just be on the same page and shit. Yeah. So he did that one too. Hell yeah. But then I was cool. I didn't necessarily think it'd be people's shit, but it makes sense in hindsight.
You look back at it,
it makes sense. Okay. Yeah, it makes sense.
Wow. Was there any song on here that's your least favorite? That people was in the studio like, yo, put that on the album. You like, I really don't think that fits was there a song that you wasn't really like too excited about that made this album? Nah. You happy with all of them? Yeah. PTSD?
Blaze did that too.
Blaze, goddamn. Marty Floss?
Blaze.
I followed the thing to see like all the ones I like. Blaze, goddamn Blaze, I gotta get you on here.
That's my shit right there, boy. Marty Floss is my shit. I stole that beat from Cole.
Son of a bitch!
Nah, because Blaze has sent it. I remember Blaze has sent him like a little beat, 2-3 beats. And then, like, Cole love horns really like bad. And like he sent me the beats. I said, listen, Cole, that's my shit. That's mine. And I was like, you can be on it. But then when I started talking my shit, and he was even like, he shouldn't be on this. Like, this is for you. Like, this is not for Cole to be on this. So I did take that beat.
Smoked this shit.
This is my shit.
This is probably my favorite on the album.
Yeah. Number 13 is my favorite number. So.
Damn, that's crazy. Yeah. You got off on this shit.
Yeah, I did.
I was like, when this came on, when I first heard the horns, I was like, oh, I know what he about to do. Yeah. I turned it up. I was like, I know it's about to happen.
That's my shit. That is my complete shit. I ain't gonna front.
Was this another? I got the song in my head, or you sat down with this shit?
I had this in my head. I had the concept. I had the niggas never knew all of the time till I said it. I knew what I knew about doing things that you don't get credit for. And I was like, that was the whole concept. Like, and he named the beat Marty Floss. So I just usually when Blaze sends me something, 7 times out of 10, whatever he named the beat,
You go with.
That's what the songs was called. You know what I'm saying? Now the most wasn't like that, and downstairs wasn't like that, but Marty Flaws was like that, Spartacus was like that. And it just was. This was on the album the most to me. The shit talking, where I just had to talk. I had to just talk.
We had to get off.
And you see that over here? I'm original. That's right here too.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So my nigga Fortune Over Fame, my nigga Raheem.
Hey.
Yeah, I remember he needed them words one time. I said, over here, I'm original. And he got on the hat. So that's my bro. That's my bro.
Shout out to Raheem.
That's my bro.
Oh, you got off on it.
That's one. So no, I didn't have no. I mean, it might sound funny, but if I had a song, I probably wouldn't have made it. But if everybody would have been like, no, then it probably would have. But I can't think of nothing that I was like, nah, maybe we should, This is my first album. I don't plan on making a long album again like this for the most part.
Yeah.
They'll be shorter. But for the first one, I had to. It was like this Sleeping Giant. I'm flexing. I gotta throw a lot of balls into the ring here. Yeah. Just so if you have any doubts about my flexibility, how I can do what I do, you look at it. It's like, ain't really nothing on there that really isn't some favorite shit of mine. Like some shit that I really, really have a good spot. So,
nice. That's cool. That's interesting because, like, a lot of times when I ask artists that, they were like, I really like, that's my the least favorite. So I was like I just put it on there because everybody in the studio was like, yeah, that's how I put it on there, but they really don't like it. Wow. Well-rounded album, man.
I fuck with all that shit.
Hell yeah. Luke.
That's my bro.
Man. Shout out to Luke, man.
Yeah, shout out to Lucci.
How did you guys get connected?
Man, I met Luke.
North City fella?
He was probably up there, but he was out east more so. I met him at work.
Oh shit.
In 2006 maybe, 6 or 7, and we was working together one day, and he was told me that he rapped and shit, and around this time, everybody was rapping, so I was like, you let it go in one ear out there. I was like, oh shit, like, golly, man, like but then he started rapping and shit, like probably a couple days later or something, we was working together again, and I was like, oh, okay, cool, and then. As we just was talking on some just grown man stuff, I found out about his past a little bit. And he used to be in the streets all super deep. And his partner in the streets was my wife's cousin.
Oh shit.
Like my nigga. Yeah. Shout out Rico. He a whole different person now.
Changed his life around.
Yeah. But he a thoroughbred. And I was like, I'm looking at this like, you was Rico? Like, I know about Rico, nigga. And then I'm hearing this dude meeting him in a whole different way, but then he's like, no, that's my dude. Like, we was like street, like legends almost together.
Wow.
And so that solidified him more with me because I knew who he was fucking with in the street. So we just like, this was 10 years, 10, 12 years before the real North City started. We had started doing North City stuff probably in 2014, 13, 14. It wasn't ready. It wasn't right. But and he was just
he was
somebody.
Around.
I was like he was down. He wanted to get busy. He wanted to do music and shit. He was serious about the shit. So we just kept staying in contact, even though we stopped working together after a while. We stayed in contact for years and years and years and years. And we
You've been down since.
Yeah, been down since.
So was he like the official artist? Like one of the first artists?
Probably the first one that wasn't, because when I was conceptualizing this, me and Cole was still heavy with Elevator, so I wasn't even really looking at myself like I'm a North City artist and whatever. But he would have been the first one that we was like, he's all North City.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. So for people, artists probably watching in the city, if they want to, get it involved with North City Music Group, is that door open for some of the artists out here?
Yeah, I mean, we got without saying no names, we do have an artist that Cole been messing with for the last couple months.
Okay.
That may be doing some stuff with us this fall.
Shit.
I'm gonna keep that kind of under wraps. But
female or male? Can we get that at least?
Male.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah. So we down to expand the stuff. everything got to fit.
Gotta make sense.
Everything I do at this point in my life, I try to do everything as organic as possible, as natural as possible, to where it's not like a forced thing. And to kind of piggyback on what you said a little bit ago when you were talking about being vulnerable and stuff, and how some people you like, man, I really wish you would be vulnerable.
Yeah.
When you doing this type of shit, man, some people just do it because they can do it. Some people do it because they probably can't live without doing it. It's like they have to express themselves. So, but it's organic. It's something that's inside of them. So that's how I try to make moves now. It's like I ain't gonna do nothing just cause.
Right.
Like I want to have a little bit of purpose in it, like where it makes sense. Like, oh, this chick is supposed to be come down with us. This dude is supposed to be down with us. You know, because the music business, dude, I'm telling you, it's not. I mean, it's different. When we coming up, it's different than it is now. But this is still a you said artists be sensitive. Yeah. This is a platform and a vehicle, medium, however you want to look at it. That if you a little sucker, if you weak, if you got just super thin skin,
you food.
You food. Oh, you all types of food. You know, you all types of food, man. And especially once they see that you food, then you really food. They gonna be like, oh, this motherfucker. I say one thing, he was snapping off and going viral and crashing out.
Right.
And then it's like you got to be able to go through just bullshit, to go through the fire, to go through the critiques and the analysis and the hate. And then even talking about when we talk about the city, where you got to be able to stand right in the middle of some bullshit and right in the middle of hating and right in the middle of people that you thought was your people that like, well, all of a sudden, you got to be able to do all that shit and then still go make some good art. You know what I'm saying? Damn, you got to do all that and still be able to spit or sing or rap or do whatever you got to do.
That's
so that's why it's tough sometimes to just be like, oh, come fuck with us. Because I done been, listen, you can't season people the way that we got seasoned because the world was different. Like you had to go through different shit. Now, and God bless, God bless like evolution and technology and shit getting easier. God bless that, but you just can't. They don't even make this it's like going to the store and you looking for the seasoning that grandma had when I was 2 and 3. And that shit tastes so good. They don't make that shit no more. They make some other shit, and they probably make some shit that's good, but they don't make. You can't get the seasoning that Cole got and me got, Rashad got, and you can't get that.
That's home cooking.
Yeah, it's just home. It's just you ain't gonna go through pre-CD, like cassette tape, analog shit. Nah, you ain't gotta live that life no more. You get everything digitized, everything fast. You know, your shit sound beautiful. You just came up with this idea today. Your shit sound beautiful.
Immaculate.
Yeah, and listen, it's great. It's great, but it builds a different type of character to go through a little bit more hard work, a little bit more bullshit, and living in the industry where you go through. Once you go through some bullshit in this, and you still standing, you still going, you can look in the mirror and be like, yeah, I can do this shit. I'm strong. If you ain't went through no shit in this shit, it's that much harder because some people go through the flowers and the rainbows and shit.
Yep.
And then once they get that one person or that they thought really liked them, and they start asking questions, start saying some shit about their album, it's like, dude, nah, you can't take none of this shit personal. That's your art. If you really give a fuck about it, you gonna be able to stand on any stage, on any podcast, on any platform, and represent yourself well. And be like, this is what I did. This is my heart. I love this shit. What? So.
I wanted to. You mentioned your son a little bit earlier, him being 21 and putting you on, like, with the current stuff with the kids listening to and all that stuff. But, like, for people who don't follow you on your social medias, you post a lot about being a father. Like, I think it was, like, I don't know, probably like a week or 2 ago, you said your daughter had said that for, was it career day or some type of day where she named you as her favorite something. I forget what.
Well, I know she was at camp.
Oh yes.
Yeah, she was at camp, and shout out to O Sharp too, one of my OGs.
DJ O Sharp.
Yeah, because he was at the camp.
Okay.
Teaching the kids to DJ and shit, and they had to do a performance And she they try to figure out songs to perform, and she's like, well, I could do one of my dad's songs called Spartacus. And he's like, okay, what is it? And the thing about it is, my kids is they different because they.
Because I was reading that post, I was like. I was like, it sounds like he has so much fun with his kids.
Oh yeah, it's great. No, it's great because their mom's an artist. I'm an artist. It's like they're super creative.
They get that,
you know. So she went up there. She just did the hook.
Oh, she performed the whole joint.
She just performed the hook.
Okay.
She couldn't perform that whole joint because she don't know how to clean all that up.
I'm about to say like
it's a lot of belligerent little terms in there where you know. But she went up there. I forget the song they sung. She did my hook at the beginning, my hook at the end of the song, and I forget the song they did in between. It was like a freedom fighting type of song.
Okay.
But yeah, it was just dope because she really fuck with my music a lot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
I'm about to say like, do your kids like understand who dad is, like as like other than like dad, like what he does? Like, do they understand it and get it?
And my oldest does. They do. I think more so now because some of them see like at that particular campus, Patterns Camp at Long Street. I said Long Street at the Lincoln Theater down on Long Street.
Yeah.
It's a dope performing like arts camp
Nice.
that she's been going to for years. But some of the people that have been counselors there, my dude Trig, that's on DJ Go on my album, he has been a counselor there before. He young as fuck. And like when they see me doing songs with the young motherfuckers, and I love you, PA, you know, and they just show me that. Yeah, they get it. My oldest understands it more because I was way young when I had him, and he was always. I was getting beat packs and shit. He'd be in the car like a little 5-6-year-old, telling me, that one, you know. So he know, but they know because I'll take them with me, like. You know, they'll be right there when I was in the studio a lot of times. When I was little, you know what I'm saying. So they know that you do this shit. Sometimes they might not know the weight that you have, like in this city and shit. My oldest knows that, but the younger ones, I don't know. They know, like dad, that nigga,
what dad does.
And shit. Yeah.
Daddy performing again.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Having a son so young, like, was that? Which obviously you was, I would say, ready for that. That's something you don't plan. Like, how did that change or shape your perception of like life or like how you view things differently at all? Like being so young, becoming a father. Like, was you like, God damn, like how the fuck I gotta figure this shit out quick, dude, fast?
It just made you grow up a little bit, but it was just tough.
Woo.
That's the biggest thing because I became a husband and a father the same year.
Oh wow!
So it was kind of like it was just and growing up without your pops there.
Right.
It's just you just learning sometimes on the fly.
On the job.
Yeah, so
fuck ups.
It's just you learn on the fly. So you gonna make some you gonna do some crazy left turns and shit, and it's just. Yeah, so it was just tough. It was a challenge. You had to learn. The dopest thing about it, I think, was just having, because he's my only child that, like, there's never been like a filter, like a sugar coat with him. And this is when he was little. He was 5, 6, 7. Like we have conversations like this.
Yeah, just straight up.
You know what I'm saying? And I think I was just too ignorant to think like maybe you shouldn't talk like that. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you should filter it a little bit. But it works because he's different. My two younger ones, I have 15 and 13-year-old.
Yeah.
It's not like it's super sugar coated, but they just different than him. Like I was a little older, and their schooling was different than his. They was softer than him. He understood from like 7, 8 years old, experience in public school and shit.
Okay, yeah.
They started in private school.
Wow.
He ended up going to private school once they started in private school. You know what I'm saying? But he was going to public school for 5, 6, 7 years. So he started, I never forget the day he came home and something at school happened. I wish I could remember what it was, where he figured out how the world works. Kind of how it's fucked up. You know, how things ain't fair and everybody don't get all the same opportunities and shit. And he was like 7 or 8 and he came home and told me, and like, but it was dope. I said that was the day he lost his innocence.
Wow.
Because he learned like, man, this ain't really what I think it is. You know what I'm saying? But it was dope because he grew up a lot that day. Wow. You know, and my other kids, shit, they probably just got that shit last couple years. Like they was all middle school and almost in high school before they really was like, damn, Maybe the pandemic, what did it for them? You know what I'm saying? That might have been, it's Trump bullshit.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Interesting. Has PA Flex ever had a moment or point where he's like, you know what? Fuck this music shit. I'm out. Y'all can have this shit. I'm done with this shit, man. Fuck it. I'm done.
I didn't say that.
Like in your mind, like, was you ever reached the point where you ready to hang it up? Like, I'm done with this, man.
I mean, I didn't say it. I didn't say it. I displayed that though. Like,
oh shit.
No, it's just because you just wasn't active. Like, you would just go through like lulls where you ain't doing nothing. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't necessarily,
but through
say it out.
The lack of,
through lack of just doing shit. Yeah.
But so it wasn't necessarily you falling out of love with it or not want to do it. You just was not inspired, or you just like really said fuck it.
Just sometimes knowing how to make it pop when you don't know, like, how do I get this shit? Because you understand, when we started and as we grew in this, the game changed. It went from cassettes to CD to then digital, to where it was easier now to get your shit all over places. Even if there's only 10 people in California listening to it, right, you can still be like, nigga, I can make sure they have the option. Yeah. So back then, I think there was a part of it was how the fuck to get from point A to B to C to D. That was a struggle. Yeah. Working in a group is fucking stressful as fuck. That shit is hard. That was tough some years where you just trying to figure out how to get to the next step in the next level. That was probably one of the main things that didn't make you quit, but it just made you like you fall back, like, man, because you just get frustrated.
I need a break from all this.
Yeah. So, but I never was like I'm done, because I knew that my gift from God was words. So I knew if I didn't do music, I was going to be writing words down for something. It's going to be something with words. You know what I'm saying? So, but I love music so much, and I grew up when I sold music and playing music, and it's hard to just be like, nah, man, you can't do. Even if I never put it out, even if I never was putting it out, dude, there's no way I can see myself never writing a song. Right. Even if I got fucking 10, 15 years from now, and I was writing songs and literally selling them. Yeah. For artists to just say, here, you get my royalties, get my publishing, all that shit. Yeah. I can't imagine this shit without me creating some words and over some music.
Really? I can't imagine it.
I can't see it, man.
Your life musicless.
That music is the spirit, man. You need to yeah.
Oh man. Let me see if you remember this.
Okay.
I'm gonna play something.
Okay.
See if you remember this moment, right?
Uh-oh.
Let's see here. See if you remember this.
I'm sitting there trying to ponder. What's he about to play?
Let's see if I can get it on the TV here. There we go.
Uh-oh.
See if you remember this moment.
I think I might know where you about to go.
Think I know where I'm going.
I'm just.
You got a hunch.
I got a hunch. Oh, I done.
You don't remember this verse?
To the left hand. Let's pass it to my left hand. And PA still the best man. West man. Flex man. Even better when I'm dead, man. Yeah.
You know body to somebody built. And I'm the man with the nails
and a hammer and gorilla glue.
Somebody feeling you, cause every time you rap, it feels like somebody killing you. You really do. You need a soul shower, brother. Get your life up. I'm sharper than a knife cut.
Put your mic up.
Because your life sucks.
Just like your wife does.
Ask me how I know. Trap Dave told me time's up.
Shout out Trap Dave. Shout out Trap. Shout out Trap Dave. That's so funny. I forgot about that line. That's so funny. Oh, that's hilarious.
13 years ago.
Yeah, wow.
Up there on Power.
Yeah.
Chopping on Big Man Kanata.
Yeah, shout out to Kanata too. Oh my God.
What do you remember about those times, man? Like that time right there.
This is how it goes down in the booth. Cap City's finest. Big Yogi, Big Man Kanata, C-Fame. Check us out, mycolumbuspower.com. It goes down. Putting on for the 614. Elevator music.
Well, I remember.
You've been putting on for the city for a long time.
Long time, man. Long time.
Look at you.
Look at the no beard, got the goatee. Oh, man.
13 years ago.
Golly. I was wondering where you about to go, because I was about to say, I know you ain't got nothing with my locks. That's a long time ago. No, those times was dope, man. We had some personalities at the radio that we was really cool with. Did the best they could to get cats up there out of the programming, you know, to put on for the city and stuff. It was cool, man. It was a good time. Man, that's crazy. That is crazy. Nah, that was a good time. That was a good time, yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
The whole squad was together. Probably had your son in the car when you pull up to the radio station, like, wait, right here.
He said 13, he was 8. That was...
Jumped him off at the mom spot, made the run real quick.
Well, no, the fucked up part about that is that, that was... If you go 13 years ago, what is that, 11?
2011.
Or 10? That's when my daughter was born.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So you just had your newborn, just had your daughter.
Yeah.
Still running around.
Oh, nigga, I had to run around. You gotta
get to it.
Yeah, you gotta get to it, man. Yeah.
Man, oh man. Time, boy.
That's where I thought you was going.
You know what's coming.
That's where I thought you was going when you said that.
Y'all pulled up the sleigh.
Yeah.
How'd y'all link up here? How'd y'all link up with?
This was
this was to New York.
This was we was working with Stolly on his ascension into getting the MMG, and he had went up there with Stolly. Shotty had, and Sway was like, "Yo, man, come back on Friday. We could do a producer showcase or whatever." And I'm not sure if he asked him to bring MCs with him. But he was gonna have Shotgun out there play beats, and they was like, "Well, fuck it, y'all come, y'all here with us in New York." Right. He was like, "Man, come and rap over these beats."
Oh shit!
Yeah, that's my little bro Haji. He in the ATL now. Yeah, man.
Look at this.
That was dope. That was super dope. The only thing that wasn't dope about this is that Heather B wasn't there. That's the only thing. I love Heather B. But Tracy was over there. She was over there. She was right beside me. Yeah. So
was y'all nervous? Like, oh shit, we on Sway. We gotta come correct. Don't fuck up.
Not really.
Cause you know Sway put the pressure on you.
Sway good. He's a great interviewer.
He is. Days ago.
Nah, I wasn't. It took long enough to get in there. Cause we had to get on the train from Harlem to get down there, and then we had to sit outside in the room for like probably about 40 minutes while you falling into the schedule. Yeah. So by the time we got in there, dude,
I was ready.
Yeah.
Let's go. Let's do
man. I had some little brandy, my coffee that morning. We was loose.
It's a competition disaster.
Yeah.
And that's just with the drums. And then you heard
talking shit.
Shout out to my brother Coast City, brother Blacksmith, man. That's the rest of it.
Yeah, man.
You live for moments like this.
Yeah, you gotta. If you don't do what you're supposed to do here, then you ain't ready to do none of this shit.
614, okay? 61419, man.
They turned me up.
Yeah, that shit was crazy. Shit was crazy, dude. Yeah. This is definitely one of my funnest moments in my career at all.
Yeah.
Wow.
I need some good energy, yeah. I need some good
That's so crazy.
Like, whoo.
It's Sway in the morning. Oh,
yeah, it's going hard.
Energy, yeah. I said I need some good energy, yeah.
I just heard this song.
Sipping on checkers, playing best.
Cause this verse he spit, I think I spit my verse too. It's on a song together. This shot makes one of the best songs. Just me and him. Songs you ain't songs you ain't never gonna hear. That shit's some shit, boy.
Godzilla. 3D.
So when you see him spit the verse one song, he's like, okay, I'll just do my verse too then.
I don't know how it works.
You just was following his lead.
I think we just pitched what we wanted to rap.
Yeah.
And
headphones loud.
NDR Sony. But if you listen to his verse and you listen to my verse, they're constructed. There's certain bars that are congruent. You're saying different words, but the cadence is the exact same. Because that's how we wrote the song together to make it parallel.
Yeah.
I just need some good energy. Sway in the morning. I said I need some good energy.
And this was, and the reason why this was so dope is because we was in the studio that week from what 12 to 10 every day.
Yeah.
And this was a day we went in here before our studio session. So before 12. And you were just surrounded by creating for fucking like a 40-50 hour week.
Damn.
Shit was crazy.
Y'all was in the zone.
Yeah.
Niggas in a race for this bread. It's dead important. Make a nigga put your face on the curb.
Like Ed Norton.
Nah.
He's crazy.
When the nights we still scratching on the surface, doing wrong for the right reason really defeats the purpose. It's funny. For that money you ill too. That's a no-no. I can tell you what you
Will do and where you won't go. Yeah.
Niggas that'll kill you.
Take a photo. He's stupid.
Your ass for a check and keep it on the low though. Yeah.
Bitch, I'm from Lima, Ohio.
Big gun, Cupid burger with a coke and a smile. It get cold in the winter, even cold on a trail. On the road to perdition, hope you home in a while. But look, listen, don't believe the hype or the fallacy. Somebody tell these niggas to get a grip on reality. If a nigga challenge me, it's gonna be a tragedy. Got some niggas to kill you for half a week's salary. Niggas send me automatic, fuck up your anatomy. Tuck the burners in and walk up off the scene casually.
You look so locked there right now.
My life's work to masterpieces in my gallery, so grab a seat. If you haven't seen this, I've been in the corner with money, y'all in my corner.
Right here, ooh.
Niggas get cornier. Spend time on the corner, hoping the face.
You still have this jersey.
Hustling marijuana.
That's cold and shit. That's a Red Sox jersey. He love the Red Sox.
Yeah, let me get this real quick.
I just had that motherfucker with me and shit.
Nigga make it, then they will love you. Shit, I'm just trying to fill up banks like Will Uncle.
I told them, Ollie, oxen free. This life we live is not for free. They say it's a democracy, destroying my philosophy. See, no apologies for statements I make. A lot of thoughts before the steps that I take. This real music, it's slaves and masters. What's gonna happen after? We attack with the drum competition disaster. Better than the last one. They tried to pull a fast one, but I'm Diggy. Boy, welcome to North City. Sounds sorta like a symphony. Guitars writing bars, dog, sorta like it's meant for me. Everything you heard before, sway is all in me. More mixed drinks in my cup, dog, that's all Remy. And when it's in my system, I'm like F the system. No, I don't test religion. See, all I do is pray. Cause if you turn the news on, all they gonna say is murder, death, stab, shot, kill all around the way. And when the bullet lead a gun, it ain't gotta stay. In the hood, see, it can leave and become a stray. See, nowadays, these niggas never put the gun away. They wanna go to jail. Don't they know their life is done today? They make kids, then they run away. Do the same shit that they dad did. It's sad, but it is the case. Mother Earth, she pregnant for the third hour. And who gonna raise some fucking babies is the third power. So
Yeah, man.
Man. Y'all,
yeah, it was a good moment, man.
good moments. Look what hip hop has done for you. Created all these wonderful moments and travels and stages and meeting and shaking hands. Man, this is what you can accomplish, folks, if you if you don't fuck around.
You don't fuck around. Put some work in and shit.
All right, before we get out of here, PA Flex, I got a couple this or that's for you.
Okay.
This or that. So I'm gonna give you a couple scenarios. You gotta pick one over the other, and you gotta break it down to us why you chose the one that you chose.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
All right. Let me put my slideshow back up here. That freeze frame look kind of crazy, like you saying to a death stare. When's the last time PA Flex got into a fist fight? We had to knuckle up.
Shit. Shit, you talking about 5th grade?
Damn! The last time you...
Yeah.
That's a long ass time.
Dude, listen.
You don't look for the smoke.
I'm not a fighter at all like that. I don't. Luckily, I'm tell you, one of my dudes, one of Cole's friends in high school, he told me one time. He said, man, Al, all you gotta do is do push-ups. He said, nobody really mess with you like that, man. Like, you a big round, you big broad-shouldered dude. Like most cats don't really. You gotta probably be high, drunk,
Yeah.
To really be like just come inviting all type of altercation shit. I'm a pretty peaceful dude, man.
Nice.
I don't want no smoke at all. Man.
You and Coach City never threw down?
Oh, I mean, that's
Brotherly
different.
fights, that's different.
That's different. That's you fight with your brother and shit like that.
But
Yeah.
out in the street, you ain't.
Yeah, that was at Old Orchard Elementary School, man. You know?
Wow.
Well, actually, I punched some kids in the neighborhood just because using the N-word and shit. Like this is back in the day when them kids, you know.
Ooh, that's right. That probably was testing you, huh?
A little bit. The one time, you know. One time. One time.
Nice little chin check.
Yeah, one time. So that was after 5th grade. That was in middle school. So but that wasn't even a fight. That was just a reaction to a motherfucker saying the N-word.
Damn.
I went to try to sock him in his chest, and he ducked. And so I got him like up under, and then he just kind of, you know,
Wobble.
and then he's all apologizing next. I'm so sorry.
Oh god.
And so, and it was all because we was fucking their ass up with the water balloons. Like we used to have, everything we did is competition and shit.
Yeah.
So we fucking hit 2 brothers, me and Cole, and we with the motherfucking water balloons, fucking their ass up. And these nigger, man, it was a reaction. And I just went there. And this is how nice I am. I'm just gonna melt you. I'm just gonna hit you in your chest, try to get the wind up out of you or something, and that's it. Yeah. But he go and duck and just catch the shit, you know. And I didn't want to. Listen, I'm not no fighting ass. I'm a wrestler. Like Cole's a wrestler.
Oh yeah, he did. He a wrestler too.
If I get in a fight most of the time, it's gonna be like that. Yeah.
Shift this weight around.
Yeah, I'm gonna shift you around, get on top of you, put that pressure on you. You know what I'm saying? And that's why. But that's why I don't fight though.
Because you know what you're capable of.
Yeah, I ain't trying
to. If I get you down to the ground.
If I get to the point where I have to fight you, my ass might be incarcerated.
Damn, it's hard to get you to stop.
Yeah, because stop. Because it take a lot. It take a lot to get you to that place. But once you get to that place, it's like I know that I don't want to go to that place. Because if I gotta go to you have to get me. You have to pull me off niggas and shit. And the next thing I know, like, damn, that nigga. Is he all right? Like, I'm cool, man.
It's scary.
I'm cool.
Yeah,
I'm cool.
That's scary. Cool. When you get to that place, it's like point of no return.
Yeah. Because the stuff you have to do to get people there, that's the stuff where it's like, all right, man. Yeah. Fuck it, we here now. So now it's like, don't be like, oh my bad. No. So you know, you develop over the years ways to avoid conflict, ways to just get the fuck out the way. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm cool. I'm cool.
You got it.
Yeah, you got it. You straight. Your high ass.
Right.
Your drugged up ass. I'm straight.
Right.
And I gotta fight your high ass. You may have all type of extra power and shit.
Ultra strength.
Oh no, I'm straight. No, you good. You got it, bro. Cause all your problems and your hate and all that shit gonna still be there tomorrow. And you have to. I'm gonna let you go ahead and deal with that, bro. You got it, bro. You got it.
Oh man. All right, first one for you. This or that.
Okay.
With PA Flex, everybody. All right, here we go. Flip a coin. 50-50 chance.
Okay.
For a chance to win 1 million. So if you guess right, so if you say, yo, I bet it lands on tails, you win 1 million. So it's 50-50. If it lands on heads, obviously you lose. You get one flip. One flip with a coin. If you guess right what it lands on, 1 million.
Okay.
Or, so that's the first one.
Okay.
Or, UMG contacts PA Flex.
Who you say?
UMG, Universal Music Group.
Okay.
Get a contact from an A&R. I know A&Rs are extinct now, but let's pretend. Let's pretend for the sake of the this or that. A&R contacts PA Flex. Got a wind of your whereabouts.
Okay.
He said, oh, who's this guy? He writes? He's writing these records? He's rapping like that? He's part of these groups? Oh, yo, bring him to me. Take a meeting with UMG with this A&R. He says, listen, PA Flex, we need writers over here. We're not interested in you straight up. I'm just be honest with you, PA Flex. We don't want you to be an artist. We don't need you to be an artist. We need you specifically as a writer. Here's the terms. You own none of these records that you're going to write. You would get paid we can work out percentages on publishing and all that. We can work that out, but you're not getting credit for anything. So let's just make that clear. You get a flat check rate for each record that you land, not write, that you land. So if you in the studio for 24 hours, you say, yo, I wrote 10. If we pick one, you get paid for one, not 10.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the terms they got. Slides a contract right in front of your face, or the man in the right in front of you with the quarter. We flipping or we signing with UMG?
I'm flipping the coin.
God damn it, PA! You don't like the terms with UMG?
Oh, that's not good at all.
Yo, all you gotta do is write a number 1 and you out of here.
Nah, that's not
you
good.
whip that shit up like waffle batter.
But it's the thing, because I could have
whip up a hook like that.
Because I could have given you the barrage of questions.
Yes.
That I probably would have given them.
Yeah,
you know, because there would be more questions. You know,
let's negotiate. So
there'd be questions, because the only issue when you do the contract, with any type of whether it's a recording contract, writing contract,
yes,
it's always the conditions and what are your limitations. Because you can sit there and say to me, well, we're not used to you we're not interested in you as an artist.
Nope.
You know, But I also got to know, well, am I allowed to still be an artist over here?
Oh, let me clarify. So, all right, all that you part of the groups and solo done.
Well, see, you gotta.
We gotta kill all visibility. PA Flex, you're done. All that PA Flex as an artist, no.
But you also gotta understand, the only way that works for me.
What would you need?
The money would have to be so. To get the whatever you paying, we like say land one.
Yeah.
It depends on what you getting paid to land one.
So the fee they offer you is $75K a song.
I don't know.
We'll work with you on percentages with publishing and all that, but your flat rate $75 a song that you land, that's your fee. PA Flex as an artist, you got to delete all that shit.
It's too. That's tough, man, because the thing about the coin,
50-50, that's $1 million if you guess right.
The thing about the coin, and it's also, like I said, that's today.
Yep.
Or if it's I'm 25, then there's also differences. But right now, today, more than likely, I'm going to flip the coin. Woo! And the only reason I'm going to say that is this. This is the only reason I'm going to say that, like, all the way, is that
yes.
In our genre here, in 2024,
okay,
you're gonna have to know, who am I writing these songs for?
Okay.
How old are these people? What demographic do they go to? What genre of hip hop are they? Or because I can go to R&B, where I can go gospel, I can go different routes of anything that you put soul, anything you can attach soul to. I can get into that genre.
So every artist that signed to UMG has access to PA Flex writing. So if, let's say, name or insert artist name here is ready to work on a new project, they have access to contact the writer room of UMG. Yeah. So you would be, the artists get to pick and choose. Like, I want PA Flex in the room.
Yeah. Well, see,
so they pick and choose you.
Well, and that's the thing. I'd have to know exactly
who's on that roster.
You got to know you have to know your possibilities of
what you can land.
Of what you can land. You see what I'm saying? You got to know the possibilities, because if I go this way and I do get my $1 million,
yep,
I'm pretty sure I'll be able to figure out how to multiply that.
So you taking that 50-50 chance. If I land $1 million, my chances are greater with that than that writer room at UMG than landing a record. So you're more confident than the flip than landing the record.
Well, see, this is the thing. You're going two different routes. Because one is the artist route, one is the writer route.
Yep.
So at this point in time, as much as you did say all the stuff I've done, I still have things I want to do as an artist. That's the main reason why
you're not ready to hang it up as an artist yet.
Nah, that's the challenge.
Damn,
if I was at a point where I had achieved everything I wanted to achieve, Yeah,
fuck this artist shit. Like, I write all day.
But also, if I had achieved everything I wanted to achieve, those numbers that you're talking ain't that. That's also the thing. If I had some Grammys, if I had a couple BET, so MTV, American Music, if I had a fucking Emmy or something from doing something on television, if I had all that, them songs is 200, 250. You know, them songs is like breaking the whole budget open. Like it's like fucking your whole budget up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Which I don't even know if the budgets be as strong as they used to be when I was coming up. So it's like I have to be able to make consistent, like at least getting in that room consistently with people to make sure when they making this album, they picking from 3, 4, and 5 of my shits. You know what I'm saying? Like I gotta know.
You gotta come see me.
I gotta know that I'm in the room with everybody.
Yeah.
Unless they just ain't, we don't mess at all. Yeah. I'm like right now. I'm flipping that coin.
Flipping that coin.
Yeah.
Because at least you gotta worry about chemistry if they feeling it. Like we probably like you said, man, there's a lot of variables.
A lot of variables. Yeah.
You know, those variables I don't like.
Nah, dude, I've been doing it for a while, man. That stuff's hard. To make people happy, even when you doing something for them. Sometimes they still be like, no, well, that's not, you know, because I'm telling you, this is the one thing I'm saying this for, I don't know if anybody's ever said this on here, but they probably have.
Oh, shit.
The record business is just like motherfucking WWE. It's smoke, but it's entertainment. It is smoke and it's mirrors. Like, so when people think they know what goes on, you know a little bit. The music business is all this business and a little bit of music.
Yeah.
It's what it is.
Yeah.
It's just what it is.
Yeah.
So a lot of times them rooms you're talking about with people writing and people, you'd be surprised how many of your favorite artists is in them rooms with niggas giving them a song or giving them a hook, giving them an intro, giving them a cadence to rap to, giving them that, and we think that these elite ass artists. Now they dope because everybody ain't no star.
Yeah.
Everybody don't catch everybody's eye when they look at them.
Yeah.
But when they start talking and vibing, they're the star.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of people that look regular, chilling, ain't no star, that know how to fucking construct a fucking grenade, nigga. And it's like, damn, that motherfucker. You know, but all I'll say is that, I'll leave it right there. The music business, there's a lot that goes on behind the scenes, and you be like, damn, that really happened?
Yeah.
You know, and you know, it's what it is. So them rooms is tough. I can imagine going in some of them rooms with some of these artists that ain't that talented, like ain't super talented, but they're super successful.
Yeah.
And they gonna look at you like, you better give me a motherfucking grenade launcher, PA. Like,
right.
Like, what's up?
Oh,
I kind of like that. You know, I kind of like that. And then how many songs people think ain't that, but it end up being that. Like Pharrell, I know Pharrell got 2 handfuls of them. Where they looked at him like, what the fuck is he talking about? And then all of a sudden, the whole country is singing that shit, you know, because he know what the fuck he doing and shit.
Right.
So
let me see. Universal Music Group artists. Got a list. Taylor Swift. Nisky is on there. Billie Eilish. Justin Bieber's on there. Kanye's there. Wayne there. 17. Lady Gaga's there. Rihanna's there. 50 still signed.
That's tough.
I mean, Adele there. Will Smith is signed. Daddy Yankee. Fucking Metallica. Mariah Carey over there.
Yeah, that's interesting. Nah, it's a lot. It's a lot.
You're walking away from that.
It's a lot.
Flip. Give me the coin.
It's a lot.
Man, hey.
It's a lot.
If you land one with Lady Gaga,
nigga, all you gotta do, like you did, that is the benefit. All you gotta do is get one, because the one is gonna get you it's gonna get you 3, 4 more, just off the strength of the one that did what it did. Because then somebody else is gonna be like, or that publicist or somebody's gonna be like, yo, you know, Lady Gaga just, you know, Will Smith just did it, and they gonna be like, well, okay, well, let's try. You know what I'm saying? So
the baby's over there. Give some for the streets.
I like the baby too.
Think you mesh well with him?
Actually, yeah. Yeah, I think so. I'd get him doing some different, and that's the thing about me is I get people doing a little bit of different stuff than I've heard them do.
Yeah.
I would probably push him a little bit, like to right or left.
You'll trust me with this.
Yeah, well, hopefully, and just you know.
It's hard to get artists to trust.
Hey, that's true. That's true. That's true.
All right, got another diss of that for you.
Okay.
Have Rihanna repost her favorite song of yours on her social media.
Mm-hmm.
She reposts her favorite song of PA Flex and tags you. Or have a cameo in a movie, no lines, with Ice Cube. You in a film with Ice Cube, you ain't got no lines, you just next to the man. You just pretty much a body. But this is a feature film. This is going to be in theaters. No lines, but you standing next to Ice Cube.
I got a question though.
Or we gotta repost the joint.
I got a question.
You want to clarify?
What it's got to be?
This is going to determine everything.
Not kinda. No, it isn't. But it's just for
Something to help you answer
just for
it.
kicks and giggles and shit. Is Rihanna like? She got sweatpants on with a hoodie, or she got on like? She walking somewhere with a bikini on the beach and she like playing my fucking shit and she like, you know what I'm saying? What's she doing? Like, you gotta paint the picture for me. Like, what's she doing? Like,
I got you. So Rihanna is attending an award show. She's walking the red carpet, and the reporter asks her, Rihanna, what's the favorite song you're listening to right now? And she gives the answer. There's this artist out of Columbus named PA Flex. Oh my God, ASAP, hit me my phone. She grabs the phone, pulls up the song, and plays it. This is on a red carpet award show.
That's better than the cameo. That's like better.
You're standing next to your idol.
But I don't get to say
no
anything.
lines.
I'm the trash man that's putting the trash or something. Like, what am I doing with Ice Cube standing there? Like, that's my guy.
He's barking lines at you. You just gotta take it.
Nah, that cameo.
You just play some silly goofy. He's walking over.
Listen.
You motherfucker! Did I say move out the way?
That right there is better than the cameo by far. Excited Rihanna about my music? That excited?
Yes. She calls ASAP to give her a phone out the purse, and she pulls it out like, I've been listening to this all day, getting ready to the song tonight.
Dude, that's way better. Excited Rihanna?
Yes.
Who could have been getting dressed to my song?
Yeah, all night
which
for
means
this
she was
event.
naked. Listening to my song. Getting ready to no, that's better.
Getting barked on by Ice Cube.
Way better. That's way better. That's way better. That's so much better. You know, that's so much better. Because you can try to finagle that into something like, because you're going to get streams. All of a sudden, there's going to be a gang of streams. It's like, who the hell is this? And then you got to figure out how to finagle that into more. Into more something.
So you have to figure out how to finesse that repost to how.
Yeah.
Now I got to make this work for me.
Yeah.
Like she said my name. Oh shit. All right. Time to produce some shit.
Yeah.
Rather than get barked on by Ice Cube.
Because the cameo might do something for me.
I'm about to say.
But I just don't know what it's gonna do yet. I don't know because it's like that's different. Like that could be the first time people see me,
Yeah.
and it's like that first impression is a motherfucker. I'm like, that's that motherfucker that Ice Cube almost smacked with the motherfucking paper because he was pissed. You know, so I think I'm gonna go. I know I'm going Rihanna. I'm going Rihanna. It's 100%.
I like it. All right, final this or that. Do we want to wrap it up after this? All right. Hit the lottery, 350 million jackpot. That's what you take after taxes.
Okay.
So that's your bank.
Wow.
350 mil jackpot. Or you can close your eyes for 10 minutes and you get to see what your kids' lives will be like as adults. You get to see each and every one of their lives as grown-ups. When Pop is gone, Mom is no longer here, you get 10 minutes of that time, each and every one of them. Or $350 million jackpot.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
I know. We got them thinking.
That's good, man.
We got PA.
Because the thing about it is this. You know, I really hope I'm here to see it in a physical anyway.
Yeah. But in the scenario, you're not.
Yeah. And
we got him.
no, because I'm saying, because I know what I want to say.
Yeah.
I know that it's not even. That's not. I don't say it's not close. Because
Damn.
I don't want to say it's not close, but the thing about it is
how you want to articulate
the 350 is going to get me a lot. It's going to secure a lot of shit for them. You see what I'm saying? And it's going to secure a lot of shit for me, of course, but my family is going to be great.
Generations good.
So I would hope and pray and that I can make sure that I'm here to see my grandkids, great grandkids.
If you take the 350, you will.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but if you close those eyes,
because I don't know. I don't think that I would. I think I'm taking the bread.
Wow.
Because if I gotta
Security.
I gotta make sure that I'm clear. So what I give her 10 minutes is just to close my eyes and see what their life's like.
As adults, growing up with what their lives will be like, each and every one of them.
Because I can still see that. With the 350.
You think so?
I mean,
well,
if
you
it's the same,
can create it.
I mean, if it's somewhere in the same ballpark.
Yeah. If I got that 350, I can. I know their future will be.
The future's gonna be great. Now, if something happens to me, of course that sucks.
Yep.
Something happens to their mom. Something happens to one of them. Something happens. Of course that sucks. But the 350,
you can have all that money and shit happens.
Mm-hmm. And that's the only issue. But the thing about it is,
That's tough.
It's not. It's not. But it's not. The only thing about it is, I'm trying to say that I don't think that seeing that for 10 minutes. I'm not saying it's not valuable.
Of course.
But I feel like after 10 minutes, I get to open my eyes back up. And what am I just gonna be smiling because I say, oh, my daughter's she's gonna do this and do that. My son's gonna do this and do that. My other son's gonna do this and do that.
Or you can see something horrible in their future.
You see what I'm saying?
It probably wouldn't.
And that's crazy because I didn't even think about that. I'm thinking, we get to see. You see what I'm saying? So to me, it's kind of the same. It's kind of the same as the coin flip, where it's like. And that's not guaranteed because it could land on heads and I said tails, But if I get that meal, now I say, okay, cool, got a meal to work with.
Yep.
How am I gonna turn this into 3?
How am I gonna flip this?
And then turn the 3 into 5, and then 5 into 12.
Time to
you know what I'm saying?
plan.
So that's the same thing with the 350. I say, okay, how can I make sure? Especially because you said after taxes.
Yep, they done took everything out. So jackpot was really 5 something.
Yeah.
You take a home 350 right into your bank. How would you like this, sir? You want an increment or you want a lump sum?
And see, that's the thing. Once you get that, you're guaranteed at least financial security. And then you have to be disciplined enough to say, I need this to take care of my grandkids and probably my great grandkids. Which means you have to turn this money into like your family's employee that's going to work and work and work to make more money and create more opportunities. And I understand more money, more problems. I understand that a lot of us think that's just the best shit ever until it happens. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm a question person. Yeah. So of course my question is like, do motherfuckers know I got this money?
No.
You see what I'm saying? That's the thing. That's one of the biggest problems. So everybody, he got 350.
No, like this is.
So I know my kids know, my brother,
family.
my mom.
You know family.
Yeah.
That's all everybody that know. So you could get the fuck off grid. Nobody fuck PA go. He took his family and they going.
But me personally, to be honest with you,
stay in Columbus?
I ain't gonna say that. I probably would always have a home here.
Properties.
Yeah, but I would definitely. I want to help people too. It's like I want to plant some seeds to where the next generation is not like this generation, or the next generation has different opportunities that this generation have to give kids some fucking different avenues to fucking do something.
You want to provide opportunity.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't want to just disappear and be like, because it's not, and
Take
I
your 350
want to have
out.
fun. So I want to have some fun with the bread and
Splurge a little
and
bit.
enjoy life, you know what I'm saying? And do something I ain't never had a chance to do, provide opportunities for my kids and that they ain't had a chance to do, and let them live their dreams. That's gonna cost money to do. So I would still want to just help people because
Sounds like you're leaning towards the 350.
I'm there. I'm there at the 350. I'm cool. I'm cool with the 350.
Taking the 350.
Yeah, I'm cool with the 350. Yeah, I'm cool with the 350.
Alright.
I'm cool with 350. I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. I'm cool with 350.
Daughter grew up like, Dad, you could have prevented this shit. You seen it and you
That's funny. That's funny.
I'm sorry, sweetie. Pop had to get that 350. You'll be alright. 350 over the 10 minutes to see your children's future.
Yeah, man.
Alright.
I'm going there. Going there.
I like it. Alright, final question. We'll get you out of here, PA. Alright. What's the biggest misconception about PA Flex?
The biggest misconception is that I'm probably more arrogant than I am like caring about other motherfuckers more than me and shit. Like, you know,
You really care a lot for real,
dude, I give a fuck about people way more than I give a fuck about myself.
Damn.
Like, I really do.
Wow.
You know, so I think that people know that I'm super confident and I agree with God, and I just be like, listen, I don't be sitting here. We all got insecurities and shit because we human beings and stuff, but I don't be the one to just be like, be down on myself. Like, I just a confident person. So I think that some people, I always rub some people the wrong way where he's this, he's that, he's vain, he's this. And I'm like, dude, if you knew how, yes, I'm vain, yes, I'm conceited, yes, I'm confident, yes, I'm cocky, all that shit.
Yeah.
But
all that's
if
true.
you understand the balance of it, of me giving a fuck about other people, you know, I'm not gonna go off the grid with the bread. I'm gonna get the fuck away from some bullshit a lot of times. I'm gonna be like, okay, I'm getting the fuck away from all this dumb shit that's going on. But I still would give a fuck about people who need somebody, like they need some light in their life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I can provide that light, you know, that God done put in me. So I think the balance of the type of person that I am, that it's not all just king of the jungle, lion, I'm better than all motherfuckers. Nah, shit. I'm a people person. I love people. I love kids. I love I like watching shit grow and become new and shit like that. So I think people just got to know that both sides. But only way you get that side is you get into the music, you really take it and really, digest it, or you actually get to spend time with me. And I ain't got a really big circle like that, so you know. So the best thing is to get to the music on all digital, on all DSPs. Go listen to the music, you know, and then you can ask your questions. You can DM me, ask questions. What does this mean, PA? When you said that, what does that mean?
Yeah,
you know. So you know, that's the best way.
I love it. I love it. Any last announcement you want to tell people? Any music coming that you want to tell? Any shows? I know you and fucking Cold City been tearing the fucking city up this entire year. God damn. See, like every week, y'all.
Yeah, we trying. We trying to stay.
We here. Y'all staying busy.
Trying to stay doing something.
Any announcements people need to know about before we wrap this up?
I think I am. I'm performing next week at the Brownsville Farmers Market. I think I am doing that. I just gotta check with Cole. He set that up. So we do have a show that we are doing, North City Music Group. This is in November though, at Rehab. It's going to be a North City, pretty much North City show. Me, Lou, Cole.
Nice.
Maybe bring some guests out there and shit. Hopefully they're available. Hopefully, if everything works out right, me and Coast City got the Burlington Brothers project.
Oh!
That'll be
now we talking.
Hopefully, if everything goes well, it'll be before the end of the year.
Ooh, we gonna get that fourth quarter?
Hopefully, we gonna see. We gotta get everything aligned.
You gotta think airtight.
Yeah. I got a new it's just about finishing stuff. So that's all it really is, about finishing stuff. So I got a new EP, Black Gold.
Oh!
It's not done, but
Damn it.
it's not done. It's not done because that's my problem.
50% there?
Yeah, we about 65
okay.
maybe. It's just I got these two.
Nice.
I got these two AU beats, man. That
stuck on.
oh god, it's just these beats is making me write different than I normally write. And no, it's one AU beat and one Blaze beat, and it's just like the stuff. The stuff is some of it's emotional, some of it is like it's pulling stuff from me that like so you know how sometimes we don't deal with shit.
Yeah.
And you be sitting somewhere in your beat.
Right.
Like both of these beats is like pulling, and I have not made the time to sit down and say, Albert, okay, pull this shit out of your heart or your spirit or your trauma and shit. That Black Gold is gonna be dope as fuck. It'll be executive produced again by AU and me, just cause that's where it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
And then and it's funny. I'm gonna just say this exclusively here.
Oh, exclusive drop. Let's go.
Because after that, I've been conceptualizing this for about the past 3 years.
Wow.
And you was talking about people being vulnerable.
Yep.
And shit. And there was when Marvin Gaye got divorced from his wife Tammy Terrell. He did an album called Here My Dear, and I want to do that over.
Wow.
It's gonna be called Here My Dear, and it's gonna be a project that talks about what I was going through when I was going through my divorce and shit. And you talking about vulnerable? That right there.
You really gonna open up?
Nigga, listen. That's just the concepts that I have right now and the angles that I'm going into. It pretty much details, you know, probably 2000, I don't know, about 17, 18 to 22. And just what I was going through. Not just the divorce, but just, it's kind of like what life was like.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And, you know, so good, bad, ugly, all that shit.
Seemed like that time period in your life for you was very, very challenging time. Those 3-4 years.
Yeah. We had the pandemic.
Yeah.
My ex-wife was out of the country.
Damn.
Going to school, so it's like I was going through all this shit with just me and my kids, and then my fam, and we in the pandemic. You know.
Wow.
You know,
so we probably won't see that till next year, huh?
That's gonna be next year. Yeah. That's next year.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to that one. I can tell that's.
But see, this is the thing. I'm trying to get over this hump of just, cause see, like when you're talking about the most and talking about downstairs, like that pulls shit out of me.
Yeah.
Like when it's good trauma, or not good trauma, but good memories, it'd be sometimes easy to write the shit. The bad shit, it's like it makes you go to these dark places and shit.
Right.
And then you do it, and it's like, oh, it's all therapeutic and shit. Then you got other shit that you got to pull out, and you're like, damn, and it's making me like slow. And that shit right there, it's like it wasn't all bad. You know what I'm saying? During that time, because I was like dating one of my best friends, like as I came out of the dark space, and there's songs about that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's dope. But it also was emotional. It also was like, you know, heartstrings and shit.
You pull,
you know what I'm saying?
So your emotions get pulled in so many different directions.
Yes, sir.
I know about it. I've been divorced. I'm with you.
Yeah.
I was with my ex. We was together for 10 years, decade.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm looking forward to that one.
Yeah, you talking about?
I'm probably be crying listening to shit like, oh, what's my story?
Yeah. You can just double that. What you just said to 10. You talking about 2000. Damn,
y'all was that deep in
to 22.
God damn.
and I ain't no old nigga. So it's not like I did, but like I told you, that's all being young and doing shit from young.
Deep in.
Yeah.
20 piece.
Yeah, double. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, but it's just
I can imagine.
It's just a lot. So I want to pay respects to Tammy Terrell and fucking Marvin Gaye especially to do that and do it right and do it justice. Just be honest and be forthcoming.
Yeah.
And then, but also make them bangers, make them bop, make them shit. Some motherfuckers is like, yo, like damn, like I don't care if you gotta cry and shit, you know. So I don't but cry and smile, be happy, be healed. You know what I'm saying? Be whatever, you know, because that's what I want, you know, because. The one thing I learned going through this shit, I don't know if you can relate, but you have to be able to relate when you go through it's it's peaks and valleys.
Yes.
And then you
sure.
hopefully you get to that space where you're okay being
Right.
where you at.
Yep.
And you like, okay. And you can tell motherfuckers some shit, you can drop some jewels on somebody and
Bro, it's crazy because like that's exactly what happened in my situation. Like, it's crazy because you don't think you'll like when you come out of it, the wisdom you gain, and you're able to share that with people. Like, because like shortly after my divorce, I was like, yo, fuck, I'm checking myself in therapy.
Yeah.
I went and did it. I picked up the phone. I called that hotline and I checked myself in. Probably the best decision I could have made at that point in time because I was like, you gotta deal with that shit as a man because you like as men we're told like, it's cool, you'll be alright. You know, let's fuck some bitches. Like we at the club this weekend. What you doing? Like stop all that crying shit. The fuck out the house. I'm like, let me really deal with this. Yeah. Because at that point, not only was I got divorced, at the same year I lost my pop. My pop died.
God bless.
Figure this. Think about this. Like I'm driving a U-Haul truck full of stuff to leave where me and my wife was in, to move into my own place and getting a call at the same time my father died.
Damn.
So I'm going through a divorce, losing my pop, and a week after I get into a badass car accident at the same within a month of each other. So it was like boom, 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 boom. And I realized like, I didn't process none of that. I just kept living like shit was just that's another day. You just keep getting off, you put your shoes on, put your pants on one at a time, you go off work and make your money or do what you gotta do. But then you look back, you sit with yourself for a little bit and you like, hold the fuck up.
Yeah.
I'm pretending right now. Yeah. Like I'm really just acting like shit okay. I'm going out here smiling, shaking hands, and performing whatever case may be. But for real, I'm letting y'all see what I want y'all to see. Yeah. But when I go home and I look in this mirror, bro, you think I like what I'm looking at right now? Yeah. I know. Punch the shit out this fucking mirror. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Yeah. So, I definitely, man, like, it is crazy. Like, now, when you go through it, like you said, you fast forward, when you go through it and the smoke settles and you accept, everything that happened, you work through it. Now you're able to tell somebody else or share that game with somebody else. Like, yo, I see how you moving, young. Sit down, man. You don't know what you walking into. I can see it a mile away. Come sit down, player. I know you all you thinking one way. Let me show you another side of this. So it's crazy the wisdom that you gain. And I think a lot of that you're going to put into that album and that music. I think that's along with, like you said, like reliving those moments. Because that's the one thing about therapy, and music is your therapy. It forces you, like you said, like it's uncomfortable as fuck. Like you like, I ain't ready right to this shit yet, man. Because I know once I go to that place, I'm gonna have to sit in it. I gotta sit in this, and I do not want to sit in this right now. Yo, you want some fried chicken? What y'all want to eat tonight? Well, later for that. Yo, let me hit my bro. Yo, where we at tonight? Yo, we performing, right? But then at the same time, you gotta acknowledge it. Like, when I'm gonna keep running from it, the longer I keep running from it, the worse it's gonna get. And that's what I realized. That's why I just bunkered down. Like, all right, let me do the work. Let me do the fucking work. Let me do the work. So I did, man, and now I'm able to look back at it. Like, you know what? Let me share what I've been through.
Nah, that's good.
Yeah. That's so, good. Final question. Just probably for the ladies that's watching. Okay. Since we were on the topic of relationships, heartbreaking, all that good stuff. 2 questions. The ladies want to know: are the DMs open?
Yeah, they're not closed.
Is PA Flex on the market for the ladies that's watching this? They hear the music like, ooh, I like this. I like this song. Ooh, I like it.
That's the way I'm gonna answer. I'm gonna answer about
they're not on the market. They're open. Oh, hallelujah!
They're not closed.
They all go, ladies.
That's funny. You a mess.
I always gotta ask, cause I started asking that now with every guest. People would inbox me and they will always ask questions about who was here. And I'm like, ask them yourself.
Yeah, it's
like,
fun.
just that's why I think
Yeah.
I'm gonna start asking like, is the DMs open? Like, just slide in their DMs. I don't know. So I was like, I'm just gonna start asking that at the end. Are they available?
Classic.
And now they probably want to know the second one is PA Flex a changed man
From
in relationship wise? Did you make amends with the ex-wife? Did you apologize for your transgressions?
I've been apologizing for my transgressions.
Very nice.
Yeah. And there wasn't a ton of transgressions. Just you know. I put you like this. When you get married when you're young,
Yep.
you learning, it's like a lot of times you gotta figure out how to fix the shit that you didn't do right.
Yeah.
And if you don't fix the shit you didn't do right, you just said it when you said if you don't do the work, it just compiles.
Yeah.
Because if you put shit off, you gonna eventually have some new problems.
Yep.
And now you had 3 problems first. Now you got 7. You said fuck it, I'm gonna do. Now you got 9.
Yep.
And now you still gonna have to deal with them. And now you're like, damn, I got 9 problems. So yeah. Listen, when you go through divorce, you look to me.
Yep.
You look at relationships differently.
Absolutely.
So I'm
100%.
I'm definitely a different person than I was. My son just told me that.
Nice.
He's like, you and mom, y'all both act different now that y'all ain't together no more.
Look at that.
Y'all act different, single, than when y'all was together. Which is, and he's my oldest son, it's named after me.
Wow.
And he know he's a smart kid, so he
That's
know
nice.
he's fucking talking
He
about.
picked up on it.
Yeah,
That's
so,
nice.
yeah.
That's good. Oh, there you go, ladies. PA Flex is available.
He's a fool. He's a fool.
I gotta create content somehow.
I'm with you though. You never know. I might look back on this 2 months from now. You know what? Appreciate that, bro.
He gave me the alley-oop.
Appreciate that off the backboard.
See,
Yes,
some
sir.
Model chick on this arm at a video. She like, what the? Oh, man.
That was because of you.
Right.
Because of you.
I love it. All right, man. This has been a dope episode of Claw Talk Podcast. PA Flex, let the people know again where they can tap in with you for the artists who want to work with you. They want to get some work in. They want to cop the music, all that stuff.
PA Flex. At PA Flex _genius. Facebook is Albert Matthews III. My brother's Coast City, 1979. So if you're scared and 7 days to talk to me, or for some odd reason, you can talk to Co.
Yep.
We're on all digital streaming platforms. Put in 50 Jumpers. There's an album called The Cure that we put out. It's fucking amazing.
I'm gonna tap in that one.
Shit, man, and Sleeping Giant is a masterpiece. We are still marketing. We are still promoting Sleeping Giant. You will still get some visuals off Sleeping Giant in some way, shape, or form. In some way, shape, or form, because we still gotta pump the old music out. Yeah, man. Any social media, mainly Facebook and Instagram. That's mainly how I operate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, it's been another episode of Claw Talk Podcast. Oh, I forgot to say at the top of the show. For all my artists out there, y'all know I play music during breaks of the pod. If you are an independent artist anywhere, you don't have to be from Philly or just Columbus. Whatever city, state you from, send that to clawtalk5@gmail.com. I'll throw you a song and music in rotations during the breaks of the pod. All right, it's been another episode of Claw Talk Podcast. Peace.
Yeah.